Fit Podcast After Hours Edition. We're joined with two special guests and some lovely ladies. Real quick announcement before we get into the show, rumble.com/freshfit. As you guys know, we're in YouTube jail right now, and we'll be back next Monday. But yeah, for now, we're kicked off the platform. It is what it is, man. This is the first time. This is like the third or fourth time we've been in YouTube jail now?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so guys, go ahead and check us out over there on YouTube next week. But right now, rumble.com/freshfit, so you guys can go ahead and find us. Also, check us out on freshfit.locals.com. Get the merch at freshandfitstore.com.
And pre-streams too.
Yep, and pre-streams as well. Also, check out our other YouTube channels called Fresh Fit Clips. It's canceled though right now. And also check out our other one, More Fresh Fit Clips, which is also canceled. And then check us out on Spotify, guys. We're just fucking around. The content is there, guys. It's just that we can't upload anything new until next week. Yeah. And then check us out on Spotify, where we upload every day, actually. If you guys want to get the audio or video versions of the show, go and check it out on Spotify.
Shout out to Mo.
And then Fresh.
And guys, I posted 2 vlogs before we got canceled. Wink, wink. On the vlog channel in Colombia. Pretty good trip. Go check it out. And last but not least, guys, in the network, we bring value, add value as well. Tomorrow, we're going to have either Michael Sartine or Keith Hustles for Amazon redistribution. So go check it out. And once again, join add value. Let's go.
And check me out, guys, on Fed Reacts, which is canceled right now. I'll be back on there probably this week. Yeah, because when you can't post on any of your channels whenever you get a strike.
So I got a question from Adam Sosnick when Adam and PBD are recording with Joe Rogan right now, and he wanted to know like what happens when you get the strike. Can you tell, for those of us who are YouTube content creators, I've never gotten a strike, I've never got banned for a week.
You're blessed, man.
Do you get a message from them? Do they tell you when it comes off? Do they tell you why? Like what are the reasons? What happens there?
So you get a notification in your control panel for YouTube. They tell you basically you've been given a strike, and they tell you the time period you have until you can post again. If you do post, it's considered circumvention, and you can be banned for it totally off the platform. You get 3 strikes, and then you're out. So
okay, so how do they ban Fedit and your channel? How does that work also?
Because if you post on a different channel related to your main channel, is considered
because so you need to, even though they're not stricken because it's you, then they would look like circumvention. Yeah, I got it. Okay, and then it tells you when you come back on.
And actually, we know a YouTuber that kind of did that. Steve will do it, and that's why he got banned.
Okay. Yeah. And then the other question, did they tell you specifically why for the most recent strike?
Long story.
It's a very
we'll tell you behind the scenes.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm curious because if it ever happens to me, I just want to know.
It's very general.
Sounds like sanctions.
Yeah, for sure.
Smoke on you.
But all right, cool. So I guess we'll and get my book, guys. Why Women Deserve Less, in stores right now. Amazon bestseller, hardcover, softcover.
Look
it's
at
all
their faces.
out there.
They love the book too. No, they don't.
It's #1 in feminist studies. Is that correct?
It was for a while.
Feminist,
It's on Audible, Kindle, all platforms. So go check it out. So okay, and then
okay.
Oh yeah, Chris. Sorry.
And girls, some DM on Aaron C. Poxon. Girls, we don't send emails. Fellas, we don't send emails. So make sure if you get an email from us saying that we're paying you or some shit like that, we don't pay.
Yes, bro, I've been getting messages every single day. Guys, we will never ever email you to come on the show. There's some guy posing as us that's like messaging random girls and random people saying, yo, you want to come on the Fresh Fit Pod? That is not us, guys, whatsoever. Yeah. If you don't get like a DM from like one of our verified accounts, it's not us.
Yeah. If you're not popping, we're not gonna email you, bro. Just saying.
Just saying, bro. We're not gonna email you.
Yeah, because a lot of these people that are getting hit are like smaller influencers. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
But
not trying to like be cocky or anything like that.
I'm saying.
Not even trying to be cocky like that, but it's like they're preying on them, which is fucked up. You know what I mean? And they're stealing their Facebook accounts and stuff like that. So guys, we will never email you to come on the show. It's not us. It's a poser out there. I'm trying to figure out who the hell the guy is. I got a first name, but I don't know who he is yet, but we'll figure it out.
All
right, cool.
I mean, feds will figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
You're like literally trying to rip off a federal agent.
Yeah,
think about what you're doing.
Ladies, if you don't mind, give us your name, your age, what you do for a living, dating status, and if you want to, of course,
your body count.
And we're going to start right here.
Okay, hello. I'm Abby. I'm 21. I'm from here, Miami. I'm a student currently, and that's really all.
What are you studying?
I'm studying fashion.
Cute.
Yeah.
Pursuing your bachelor's degree in that? You're pursuing your bachelor's degree in fashion?
Yes, my bachelor's.
Right. Okay, and then what's your relationship status?
I'm single.
All right. Do you want to drop where you go to school? It's up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No.
Okay.
And your body count?
Chris.
I should, yeah.
No.
You like to start it off spicy, huh?
All right. What about you?
My name is Softy. I'm from Baltimore.
Hi, y'all.
Everybody's playing with me.
Welcome back.
How old are you?
I'll be 30 this year.
So you're 29 right now, though.
Yes, I'm 29 right now.
Okay. And you're from Baltimore, you said?
Yes.
What do you do for work?
I do OnlyFans and I'm into real estate.
Okay.
Do you have any properties?
Yeah, I have a couple properties down
Do you ever show
here.
properties on OnlyFans?
Yes.
You do? Oh, you mean inside or outside?
Do you ever film
I give tours.
Do you ever
virtual tours?
Do you ever film with men in properties that aren't yours on OnlyFans?
No. They're
Okay,
my
well, that doesn't
properties.
sound like an entrepreneur to me.
Okay.
So you actually own real estate.
Yeah.
You own it, like not leasing it for somebody or anything like
No,
that.
I have
It's
some
yours.
like tenants. I'm a landlord.
That's
Okay.
dope. That's
How many?
dope.
How many you got? How many houses you got?
I'm on my 4th.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Hey.
Making moves.
Okay. And then what's your highest education level completed?
Some college.
Okay. So do you have an associates?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you get in?
General. I just went.
Oh, general studies.
Mhm.
Okay. And then what's your relationship status?
I'm single.
Cool.
Wait, did you know somebody last time?
Shh.
Wait, what happened? No.
There we go.
What happened? We gotta know what happened.
We don't talk about
how
that.
is
We
he
don't talk
trash
about
and
that.
how did he fuck up? Go
It's
ahead and
not
explain
he.
to us.
It's a she.
Okay.
Just we're gonna have some questions about this, but it's not safe in the West, the South, the East. Nowhere is nowhere safe.
Okay.
Nowhere is safe. Everywhere is treacherous.
Okay.
Passport bros.
Do you only like to eat at the Y, or do you enjoy?
You didn't see the last time I was
Okay,
here. We'll
no,
talk.
I
We'll talk. It's,
Okay.
they're gonna ask me a bunch of questions. Just get
Got it.
ready.
It's not safe for women either.
Nope.
Yeah.
I think I recall vaguely
Yeah.
that the passport bro movement took her girl.
No,
No, I'm a passport sis.
She left.
Oh.
Passport
girl
bro.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she get a green card?
Okay.
Nah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Okay.
I want to hear that story, man.
Her girlfriend. Okay.
Venezuela.
Mo's giving me the lowdown, so I remember. Okay. What about you? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Trap.
I'm sorry. Chap?
Trap?
Oh, Trap.
My God, it's a
Oh,
trap.
okay. You're okay. All right.
It's my trap card.
How old are you? Trap?
22.
Okay. Is that really your government name?
Does it really matter?
my trap card.
So that's not your government name, I'm assuming, right?
No, but it's on Google.
And it's also on
Oh.
your right cheek, apparently.
Yeah,
Have you been in a trap house before?
absolutely.
Okay, I was not shocked by that answer.
Okay. All right. So it's on Google. Does that mean it's your government name or no? It's not your. It's,
No,
I'm
it's
assuming
not-
it's a
it's
state
not
name.
government.
My real name is on Google. Like, if it's really
Okay.
that
You
deep,
don't have to
you'll
give it.
find
I just was wondering, like, is that really okay? Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
LA. Okay. Cool. What do you do for work?
I rap, I
Sells
sing,
crack.
and I have OnlyFans.
Okay. So OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. And then what's your highest education level completed?
High school.
All right. And then what's your relationship status?
I am in a relationship.
Okay. How long you have been together?
6 months.
Okay.
How'd you guys meet?
I was stalking someone.
You were trying to rob another trap house? And
No,
then-
I was
you
just
figured out he
stalking
was
someone
cute?
on TikTok. It's a girl.
Okay.
I was stalking someone on TikTok, and then I found her, and I was like, yeah. So I slid in her.
So you
DMs.
also like to eat at the Y?
What is it? Okay.
guess,
I think I
yeah.
know what that means.
Okay.
Oh, that's what them. Yeah, I was like, wait, the
It's
YMCA is that
code
where you
word
go for the
for,
people? But I get it.
It's code.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Okay.
Cute.
Thanks.
Awesome. What about you? Welcome back.
hello. How are you? I'm glad to be back.
Not bad at all.
Why are you being weird?
That sounded like a lie, no cap.
Like, yeah, are you okay? Are you sure?
No, I haven't seen her for a while, so
It has been a
I can
minute,
recommend
but
you
I'm
my
glad to be back.
therapist.
I know. Welcome back. Okay. Name, age.
Christina Santa. I'm 33.
Wow.
And you said the last time you had sex, you were 30?
No, I was
Y'all did not.
28.
You were 28 the last time you had sex?
Yeah.
Okay. She was saying that before the show.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be on the run, man.
Where are you originally from?
I grew up in Baltimore.
Okay.
So your name should be Trap.
You haven't had
The
sex
suburbs, I
since
went
the
to
last
prep
time you were
school.
on the show?
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been like 2 years,
I-
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was celibate back then too.
Yeah, I remember. So you still haven't done
still-
anything.
Strong.
Stop the cap.
Okay. And then what's your highest education level completed?
I went to college for biomedical engineering and I dropped out my senior year.
Okay. So you didn't finish though?
No.
Okay. And then what do you do for work?
I'm a content creator. I also do construction and OnlyFans.
Okay. Wait, you really do construction?
Mhm.
So does he.
Yeah, she's got nice arms. You can tell.
I've built some studios for some of the biggest artists you could think of.
Okay, so content creator OF, and then you said construction.
Mhm.
Okay. And then what's your relationship status?
Single and happy.
All right. Cool. What about you?
I'm Tia. I'm 19 years old.
All right. Where are you from?
I'm from Australia,
Okay. What part?
Canberra, the capital.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Some people don't know it's the capital. Like they think it's Sydney, so I have to sometimes
Yeah.
explain it.
What do you do for work?
So I'm all rounder on social media. Do everything: TikTok, OnlyFans.
You said so. You like run someone's social media?
No, all rounder. I do everything on social media.
Oh, you're okay. Like what kind of content do you make then?
So with my partner, we do skits on YouTube and TikTok, and then we do OnlyFans by night.
Okay.
By
So
night.
in other words, is every girl on the panel so far on OnlyFans? God damn it. Pretty
It's
much.
the easy way to make money.
Yeah, you don't say. Okay. And then what's your highest education level completed?
Year 11, but I don't know what that is over here.
Oh.
So it's like
high school.
That's 17 years old. Were you junior in high school?
I was year 11 is like senior for us.
Okay.
So year 12
She's 19.
Okay.
is the end, and then university is like. when
So
you
she
go-
graduated the functional equivalent of high school probably in Australia.
Okay.
Okay. And then what's your relationship status?
taken
Okay. How long y'all been together?
2.5 years.
Okay.
How'd you guys meet?
In high school when we're in year 7, and then we just continued out being friends, and after school we got together.
Aw, honey, let's do OnlyFans.
you do OnlyFans with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool. What about you?
That's cute.
Oh no.
I'm Paulers, Paulerz, and my ethnicity is Colombian, but I'm from Texas.
Oh, I remember you now.
Yeah,
Okay, there we go.
I'm Colombian
There you
from Texas.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
no, you're not.
I am my mother's from Medellin, from Antioquia.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, twins.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay.
My job
What
is.
part of Texas?
I'm from Dallas.
Get the fuck out of here.
You
I was
too.
born in Baylor Hospital in East Dallas. Yeah.
Oh my
Twins.
god.
That's
You
crazy.
really are
You're
twins.
25. I'm
Literally.
25.
Pipeline.
Wow.
The rest of it is the same. I
Okay.
went to Woodrow Wilson High School in East Dallas.
Oh my gosh. I know where that is.
Okay, Dallas. What do you do for work?
So I'm a personal assistant for Wes Watson. He's really
Wait,
cool.
what?
No way.
Wes
Get out of here.
Watson Fit on
That's
IG.
my nigga.
Yeah, he's dope. You want to shout him out?
Yeah.
Shout out Wes
text
Watson,
him.
man.
Hey, shout out to Wes.
Or
Doing
message him on
$3
IG.
million a month.
Bro, killing it,
online.
man.
He's just destroying it, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
I had a bunch of clients over. We did burpees and filmed it for Wes. I wanted to show.
What's it like working for Wes Watson?
Oh my god, it's amazing. He's super amazing. Like it's just every day is different. He's really cool. If you want to make him make his day, message him on Instagram and be like, "You look good in those white shirts," because I got him like a bunch of white shirts.
Okay.
But no, like it's fine. And then I also have my own business. I do corsets for women. Like I design and sell them on my Instagram. If
They
you want
need
to check
it.
it out.
Trust me.
And yeah, it's cute. They're like stylish though. You wear them outside your clothes. So
Cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hook me
And then
up.
highest education level completed?
I just actually got my bachelor's, y'all. So
Yay!
I'm so happy about
Yay!
that.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Where'd
much.
you get it in and from where?
Criminal justice at FIU.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. And
I'm
then,
messaging Wes right now, actually.
and then what's your relationship status?
I'm single, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, single.
Cool. What about you?
Hey, my name is Dee Dee, and my Instagram is Your Holy Angel. I'm 23, and I'm going to school for psychology right now.
Where are
and
you originally from?
I'm from New York,
The city or upstate or where?
West Point, New York. That's a military
shit,
base.
yeah?
I'm a military kid.
Hey,
All
U.S.
right.
Military Academy.
Hey.
Okay.
And-
For the Army, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. And then you said you're in school right now. You're a full-time student?
Yes, for psychology. I just graduated with my AA, and I'm going for my bachelor's and my master's. Continuing that out.
So you're pursuing your BA right now and your master's at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. Is it one of those degrees where you graduate in 5 or 6 years and you get both of them at the same time?
Yeah, basically.
It's one of those accelerated program. All right. And then what's your relationship status?
My relationship status is I'm currently like in a situationship. Just in, yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
really
so it
understand.
means like we fuck with each other, but we don't have titles, basically.
So you're a fuck buddy.
You said what?
You're a fuck buddy.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you
'cause
are.
No, because he calls me like I don't go out because I know he's.
Does he call you on a
But
Wednesday?
then why aren't you
Yeah,
dating?
he calls me all the time.
On a Wednesday?
Yeah.
So
you know?
who doesn't typically whenever there's a situationship, it means one party isn't trying to commit to the other party.
So you or
Who
him?
is less like who's the person who wants to commit less? You or him?
Honestly, I wouldn't say that it's one who wants to commit less. I feel like we're both giving the same amount of energy. I wouldn't say that. Oh, like, and if it was
Chris
no,
is
really,
doing what I'm
really,
thinking.
if it was that he was giving, I was giving more energy, and he like, I would say that.
So he
but
doesn't want to commit.
No, I wouldn't even say that. No. Like, I think we're both just chilling because we met each other like 3 weeks ago. So I can't really say, you feel me? But I love him though. That's my husband.
But why are you dating then?
Because I just met him 3 weeks ago.
Normally, the girl's always like, I love him. He's my husband. The guy's like,
He is. That's my man.
this is Slow Tuesday, man.
Man, slow Tuesday, slow Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sucks,
Okay.
baby.
1 a.m. in the morning when you
I think
at?
her answer is to let you know who has the leverage in this situation.
That's my man.
Yeah. At 1 a.m. o'clock.
He claiming you though.
Yeah.
So, your ass.
Fair enough. Mike, what about you? What's your name?
Hello, I'm Bianca,
Okay.
and
Welcome
I
back.
am. Thank you so much. And I'm 28.
Sorry to hear that.
Where are you from?
I am. Well, thank you. Excuse me.
That was him.
Oh, you better. Okay, I see you over there. I graduated from.
Wait. Where are you from?
Y'all too
originally?
much. I'm from Minnesota originally.
Okay.
From a small town, but I
Okay.
went to college at McAllister, which is in Minneapolis.
Okay. What do you
Talked
do
about
for work?
Minneapolis last time. So I'm part of a nonprofit. I do the event development for a nonprofit called Match Made in Therapy. It's wonderful, a nonprofit. If you need therapy, it's a good place to go. It's a good place to go to meet them.
Okay. And then you said you have your bachelor's degree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
and in what?
It's called Media and Cultural Studies. It was a liberal arts college.
Okay.
Got
All right, and then
brainwashed there
what's
for
your
a
relationship
second.
status?
Single.
All right.
Single.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you?
Welcome back.
Maybe not for long.
Well, right. She
Yeah, she likes to eat at the Y also. What is
Well,
going
yeah,
on?
but I
mean, yeah, I'm a born again Christian.
Mo in the back had me the born again Christian, right?
Yes, I love Jesus. He's my man. So I'm not single.
Are you rubbing her leg?
Yeah, she is.
her.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe not single for long because she's rubbing she's caressing my thigh. So
Oh, hello?
You guys just met today?
yeah, but I'm taking it as like a sisterhood
Why all
thing.
in our
you know?
business?
Camera.
Chill. You ain't see that.
It's a sisterhood thing. That's how I'm taking
I'm
it.
sure it is.
Yes.
She's hungry.
Okay. Okay. What about you?
Me.
Yeah. What's your name?
Okay. Well, I go by Flutter, but y'all can call me Kai, government.
Okay.
How
old are you?
I'm 21 now, which
Okay.
is crazy.
Where are you from?
Where I'm from?
Yeah.
Well, right now, okay, Miami.
Okay.
At this point, I'm from Miami, but I was born in New York.
Where'd you go to high
so
school? Keep
cute.
it simple.
Well, North Florida is in Daytona Beach.
Okay.
If y'all know Daytona, aka Dirt Tona,
Okay.
it's bad.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I rap and I strip. Side hustle is IT. I do IT.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's your highest education level completed?
Associates right now, but I'm in college right now at FIU
Okay.
for bachelor.
Okay. And what are you studying there? IT or something else?
Computer science.
Oh, computer
Cool.
science. Okay.
I like that. Program it, girl.
Are you like the only girl in there, pretty much?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. And then what's your relationship status?
Single.
All right. Cool.
We single out here.
All right.
Okay. Guest of honor. Please tell us who you are.
Oh, me? Okay. My name is Michael Sartain. I'm a former U.S. military officer. I flew a KC-135 in Iraq and Afghanistan
That's so cool.
from 04 to 11. And then I moved to Las Vegas about 11 years ago, and I became a portfolio manager, and I do quantitative analyst. I'm a quantitative analyst, a quant for a small fund. And then 2 years ago, I started the Men of Action mentoring program, which is basically the idea of evolutionary psychology, networking, a leadership study, like what I learned in the U.S. military, and then also how do you get 100 girls to show up to an event with you? That's one of the main things that we teach. And right now, I'm at we have about 600 clients that are in MOA mentoring, and yeah, that's pretty much all I do.
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. And how do you get 600 girls to show up to an event?
100. A really good offer. Actually, the funny thing, you should read the $100 million offer by Alex Hermosi. He talks about a really great offer.
I have my phone. I would save it in my
You have to have a really great offer. If you have a great offer, you say is the more evidence, fewer words. That's how you do it. More evidence, fewer words.
I like that.
Facts. That's real.
More evidence, fewer words.
All right. Girl like action more than some words.
Justin Waller, you guys know what I do, so y'all know where to find me. I love y'all. Glad to be here as always.
If it's not OnlyFans,
I don't know what you do.
Yeah, tell me what you do. What do you do? Sound like you're a ranch.
I was telling you guys what I do. I thought I was telling the guys. So I started a steel construction company at 24. We have a little over 200 employees now. Have a real estate business right under 300 doors, and another 150 more in a contract.
Cool.
I have a YouTube, and I help guys get into the war room and into the real world where young men can change their lives and the people that they love's lives, man. So it's very fulfilling work. I love it very much, and I'm glad to be here.
Cool.
Yeah, that's that.
Your eyes are pretty.
Nice to meet you.
All right, ladies. Okay, so
I think Mike had the
started
first
off.
question, right?
I got a question that
Go ahead.
asked earlier.
Yeah, so this is an experiment we've tried before, and I'm curious how this works with you guys. So I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions, and basically, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like extremely promiscuous. Does anyone not know what the word promiscuous means? It means you're not selective in sexual partners. So a 0 would be like this girl over here hasn't had sex with anybody in 5 years, and then a 10 would be just someone who goes to like a swingers resort in Jamaica, just fucks everyone. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you 2 questions. The first question I'm going to ask you is, what?
Is it actionable promiscuity, or is it just like you're being?
Yeah. So sluttiness doesn't mean a penis go inside of you. Promiscuity does. So we're going to go with promiscuity. Got it? Okay. So for this, the first question I'm going to ask you is on a scale of 1 to 10. I want you to consider, like, say your 5 to 8 closest friends. How promiscuous are they on average? What would you say? How promiscuous are your closest friends?
This isn't you, ladies.
Not
this
you.
is the women in your social circle is what he's asking.
Okay,
that's
well,
what
I'd
he's
say
asking.
like 8, like
An 8?
most of my friends.
8 out of 10?
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
What do you think?
5.
You think your friend group is a 5? So
I'm a 5 too. I already got my answer. 5.
Okay.
Birds of a feather.
But you are only batting left-handed though, right? You're just eating at the Y. You nothing else.
No.
You like dudes also?
I'm a 5.
No. I mean, you like guys also.
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
cool.
I'm in the middle.
Like
right in
a
the middle.
3.
Your friend group is a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do you think?
I'd say like about a 5.
A 5. Interesting. What do you think?
A 3 or 4.
Your friend group is a 3.
Yeah.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Out of a 10,
Yeah.
25.
Your friends are. We'll say a 10.
20, yeah.
A 10.
straight.
Okay. Awesome.
I'd say 7.
A 7.
1.
A 1. Your friend group is
I
because
go
you're
to
born
church.
again. Because you go to church. Beautiful. What do you think?
I was gonna say it too. We're best friends. What do you?
You just met her?
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
No, but you need to. Like, go ahead and snitch on your friends. What are you talking about? It's fresh and fit. It's fresh and snitch.
If we're
That's what it's
talking
called.
about me and her, like, I wouldn't say a 7. I would say more like a 3.
A 3. What do you think? What do you about your
I
friend
was gonna
group?
say it too.
A 2. Interesting.
Listen, I
Okay.
was-
These are interesting answers. Okay, now on a scale of 1 to 10.
Hold on, real quick, so I make sure I have this right. 8 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 3 out of 10 for Miss Australia, 10 out of 10 for Texas, 3
7.
out of 10 for you.
Oh.
Did you say 2 out of 10 for
I
you?
said 1.
I said 2 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
Okay,
and then,
cool,
One
cool,
out of
cool.
10.
Ready?
2 out of 10.
and then 2.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how promiscuous are you?
I'd say like 3.
A 3. What do you think?
Stop the cap.
5. A 9.
A 9. Okay, here we go.
Probably 5.
How are you a 5? You haven't had sex in 5 years.
I do OnlyFans, so I
I don't know if that's promiscuity, but okay, that's fine.
Really?
Masturbating on camera. Is
yeah.
Promiscuity is penis is going inside of you.
But
Oh, then 0.
I would
Oh,
check
okay.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
On camera, I had to change mine.
busting open, that's not part of it?
Promiscuous. So that would
I
be
guess.
like slutty.
I got-
So-
Penetration.
so
Oh, wait,
the
I'm
word
a
you're-
then
the
0.
word you're looking
I
for is
understand.
the word you're looking for is lascivious.
Oh, I've never heard
Yeah.
this
You
word.
just told me that word.
Lascivious means lewd behavior, right?
Okay.
Promiscuity
Ah.
means a lack of
literally-
judgment with penises going inside. of you.
Okay,
Got
I
it?
didn't know
Okay.
that was literal.
Well, I
Okay.
am fucking around with other men, so like 0.
A 0?
Yeah, it's just my mans.
So, because my friends are so fucking slutty. Can I
Huh?
can I
Yeah,
cuss?
you can,
I'm
sure.
sorry. Okay. Because they're so fucking slutty. They fuck all the guys I like. So literally, like,
How are you
hard.
still
It's hard
friends
out
with
here.
them?
I know, right?
No,
You're like,
that's
how is that possible?
You just
Literally.
can't find random dudes to fuck. That is so sad.
They just take them. Like, they're like,
They're trying to come for you.
That's
why.
So what would you rank yourself?
Would I rank myself? I try. I try to be like a 8, but it's like a 1.
You try to be
It's
an
like a 1.
What did you say?
I say 5 out of 10.
5?
I would say a 0.
A 0?
Well, I dance, so it's like 7.
Okay, not lascivious, but promiscuous.
Like penis.
Penis is going inside.
Penetration.
I
Yeah.
don't understand why it's hard. So you're a 7?
Wait.
Meaning that if
What?
penis
Where
goes
you
inside
dance?
you-
I'm so confused.
He's like, I'm finna pull up.
What they're asking you is
I'll tell you no.
if you're quick to have sex with niggas or not.
Oh.
I think you guys misunderstood what promiscuous meant. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Sorry. We didn't take it literal for a second.
It's like a 1. I don't do that.
Okay.
You clearly defined it in the beginning, but okay.
I know.
When you say
Stay
promiscuous, do you mean like bumping Y too, or do you just mean penis? Because I
no, it could be
definitely
men or
Y.
women.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still a 9.
It's still 9.
Are we going over current or like
Yeah.
I
So,
say a 2 because I like the group.
okay. So the point I'm making is, other than her, all of you rated yourself lower than your friend group. Do you guys notice that?
Nah, you're not counting right.
You-
What's the thing? What you know, say?
No, you said the same.
You said 5 and 5.
Yeah.
You said 2 and 2.
I said 1
You
and
said
0.
1 and
I did.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know someone who's having sexual relations.
Yeah. Well, my point is, whenever we do this, women almost always say that their friend group is sluttier than they are. And the bad news for you ladies is, if your friends were here, they would say the same fucking shit about you.
My friend right here.
They would say the exact same
I was
shit
not
about
even
you.
talking about her. I wasn't even thinking about her.
Because your friends aren't sluttier than you. They're just about as slutty as you
Thinking
are.
about everybody else.
Well, we're
But what if you
not.
a pimp?
We ain't doing nothing.
Nothing.
What?
Huh? Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I love him. He my man.
Jesus had a lot of little baddies around him. He had a fly.
Remember when he fell off the
Mary
map?
Magdalene was a hoe.
Remember when he fell off the
No,
map?
that was it. That was
I'm
it.
sorry they're
Yeah,
talking
just
about
those
it
two.
like this.
I wanted to compare. I wanted to compare like the two, like whether or not you guys thought that
Well,
you were
y'all saw
sluttier than
this.
your
Well,
friend
what
group.
about
Make you
you?
feel better?
What would you
No,
do?
it's just one of these things. It's these illusions that usually I meet. And to be fair, like the selection bias of girls that come on these shows all the time, they start to like answer different things. But whenever we do these, it's always women are saying my friend group is an 8 or a 9, and I'm like a 4.
Yeah.
And generally that's what happens. And to a certain extent, you guys were like a 2 and a 0. But that's what happens. And the reality is that's not the reality. Like 33% of men are having 0 sexual partners. You understand? You think your friends are more slutty than you, and they really aren't. It's probably about the same as you are.
What's your rating?
Yeah,
Both
what's your
sides.
rating?
Yeah.
I'm a man of God. We're
No,
zero.
no,
My friend group. Yeah, no, man, they're all men of God. We don't.
Seven.
Put on the cap.
Ladies, I'm curious. Why do you think women don't want to be seen as promiscuous in your eyes?
Oh, you asked me first?
Yeah.
That's crazy because I was looking at you crazy too.
It's not even me.
It's because you know the standard.
Mm-hmm.
We all know the standard. Women or men, we know the standard. So of course, men are gonna lie about that. I don't care what you lie about. I don't care. But women, they're gonna lie about I don't care. Personally.
Can you define
I can define
Yeah, what is it?
Men will lie about how much they got, what they got going on, what they got in their life, just to get some girl they don't even want or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I don't. Let's try this again. Can I ask you real quick?
Oh my God.
I didn't know he was allowed to cut me off.
No, I'm sorry. Were you still talking? I apologize.
Go ahead.
I was still talking, but thank you.
Okay.
You get him, Kai.
The mushrooms just hit in. Can we? You want to
I'm
switch?
trying not to get kicked off, bro. Chill.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. Can I ask you, just out of curiosity?
Oh, I didn't finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I thought it was fresh and fit.
Oh, Kai.
Kai, please.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
Guys,
You can go.
Don't kill like that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bad
You
joke.
can go.
All right. So my question is, how many sexual partners do you think the average guy has?
Ooh, I don't know though. You can't ask me that. I
I'm
don't
just saying
know.
in the United States. Like,
Is this about the average guy? Because a lot of times this show be about the what's
High
the
value?
Yeah, that one.
yeah, but see,
So-
the problem is a lot of you guys are chasing after high value men, and you get confused, especially when you live like in Miami, where every male stripper or VIP host or guy with a yacht or guy with a Lamborghini is what you consider men to be, but you don't include the guy who's the cashier at CVS. And so, well, I'm just curious, how many sexual partners do you think a man has in general? Like in the United States? Yeah.
And you're saying to quantify this, average guy, how many sexual partners? What age?
We can.
25-year-old
It's
guy?
actually for the lifetime. That was the
okay.
question.
Well, lifetime. Okay, so by the time he's an old guy, how many sexual partners he'll die with?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. What do you think?
Oh, me.
Average man, 5'8", making 30 to 50K per year.
5'8"?
That's the average height.
That's the average height for a
That's
man.
the average height?
Yeah.
50K. Damn.
Dang. I don't know.
I'm
Like, what?
I feel like these stats
30?
might have changed a
40?
couple times since y'all done.
I don't know. I don't
so
fuck
indicative.
niggas under 6 foot.
I
so
honestly
don't
did
know.
not know that was average height.
I'm sorry. Freak.
Okay. So what do you think the average guy, now that you know the numbers?
What do you think?
I think it's 4.
Okay. That's your take. What about your take? Yours.
Me?
Yeah.
5 foot? 5'8".
Okay, guys, real quick, just so you can understand, and so we can make this go a little faster.
Yeah.
The average man in the United States is how tall? What do you guys guess?
5'8".
He's 5'9".
5'6".
He's about 5'9".
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
He makes how much? What is the average man in the United States? How much does he make?
$55,000.
He makes $39,000.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, he makes $39,000.
So we'll go off that. 5'9", $39,000 per year.
Okay, that is the average man.
In the United States.
I
Go
feel
ahead.
like people lying to get food stamps though.
30. Wait.
How much is that
39,000. Yeah.
month? Like what?
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely. You look it up. Average household is about 69,000.
$39,000 and he's 5'8"?
So 5'9".
Typical body count, you think? For that
Two?
guy? Two?
Two. Very good.
Two?
See that now we're getting to the
Okay.
truth here. Thank you.
Yeah, I said 4.
Like 4? What do you think?
Yeah.
I think like 10.
10. The average guy's 10. What do you think?
I said like 3.
3?
And you're around 2 to 5.
2 to 5. Here we go.
2.
2?
In a lifetime?
Yeah.
Like 50 plus.
50?
Yes,
What do you
thank
think?
you. That's what I'm saying.
But you said 4.
I said 10.
You said
Oh.
10 though.
I said 4.
I mean, I know a lot of people that's less than average with at least like 30, 40.
Okay.
Facts.
So it's not hard, but it's not easy. They getting pussy out here though.
So what do you
what's the
think?
number?
What's the number?
I said 30, 40.
30, 40.
Oh,
What do you
30,
think?
40.
I was gonna say 80 because like
80.
a life is a
Average
long
guy,
time.
his
they
life has
paying
about
for
80
it?
sexual
Wow,
partners.
these are
That's
crazy
very
numbers.
close. It's 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
shit.
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I was half.
39,000.
So,
and
so let's
5'9".
just to give you guys kind of this is not exact. The bottom 33%, the bottom like 26%, by the time they're 30, still have 0 sexual partners.
Wow.
Wow.
26%. This all started because of the iPhone. Then when you go to that median, we're at 50%, we're at 5 sexual partners. Once we get in the top 5%, we're at 150 sexual partners.
Jesus.
Okay, so now
Ew.
listen to what I just said.
Uh-oh.
Flat, 26%. Then we get up to
Yeah.
5,
Then
and then we
bump.
go up like this. So a man's, so if
Wow.
as far as status is concerned, then go like this, and then there's a hockey stick. Women where it's more of a normal
It's like they're
distribution.
being eco-friendly and recycling. They're being eco-friendly and
Good for the
recycling.
environment.
Right.
Wow.
So when the idea comes up of a man cheating, no, these men over here on the right side of the distribution, they're the ones doing almost all of the cheating. And
Interesting.
the guy who's the cashier at CVS
Yeah.
never had the opportunity to cheat in his entire life. In fact, his girlfriend's cheating on him.
Oh, wow.
Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
So this is like a reality because whenever I say 39,000, people are like, what the fuck? It might be 42,000 now, but that's what it is. The top 1% of wage earners, what do you think make in the United States?
Top 1%.
Top 1%.
Like
100K.
120?
100K. Wow, man, these numbers have changed. Okay, what do you think?
I'm not good at math. I'm
Top
just going to say a
1%.
random number.
50K.
100K.
Top 1%.
What do you think, Justin?
In
Top
America.
1%.
It's 120.
4 to 500.
What do you think?
I just said 100K.
100K. What do you think?
Like 3.
300.
Yeah.
What do you think?
About 500,000.
Half a million. What do you think?
Yeah, around 500
What do you
to
think?
600.
Like a couple million.
A couple million. Okay.
I said 100K.
100K.
120.
120.
Like an average man?
Top 1%.
Top 1%.
Boy, the mushrooms, boy, they just kicked in.
A top one. It's like 1% is $1 million for a man.
Yeah, top 1% is about 630,000 now. It used to be about 450. Now it's moved up, so it's about 630,000. Yeah, you guys have. If you ever go out to nightclubs here and you see guys dropping 20, 30K, like it's a misrepresentation of that's what all men are.
Yeah.
Most men live quiet lives of desperation. That is the majority of the population. And then women are like, where are these good men that aren't surrounded by women? And the thing is, you aren't answering their DMs. Instead, you're going to parties where you're talking to guys who have numerous sexual partners, and then you start believing that's all men, and then you say men are trash and all men cheat. And it's like, no, that's not essentially what's happening. The social media has not made it so that all men can meet women. It's made it so that a small group of men have access to a large group of women. Does that make sense? And it's massively imbalanced. If you guys watch Scott Galloway, or if you guys ever read Richard Reeves, he talks about this as well. There's this massive imbalance when it comes to dating.
I mean, it sounds like it now.
You make it seem like it's like boohoo, poor men, but they're lame. Like, have y'all ever tried going on a date with somebody? Like, they're lame as fuck.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
I can't
you can't
stand it.
They're not even
even like up there. They're all the same.
They can't find money. You guys are telling it for me. This is exactly.
I think that you can.
So you know what? Let's just do this. Tell us your experience with dating nowadays in the current marketplace.
But before we do that, I have one question to follow because we covered the male side. Cool. We'll start here and then work our way back. How many partners do you think the average woman has through a lifetime?
Okay, probably like 140.
So
what? That's actually correct. It's 140. I'm just kidding. No. It really is 140. Yeah, the average woman is fucked 140 men. Great job.
What about you?
Ooh, that's scary.
You think 8? Okay.
In a lifetime?
That's crazy. I'm sorry.
It should be like 5.
It depends what kind of woman you are. I mean, like,
we're talking about an average female.
Is it 2023 stats?
All right. What about you? What do you think?
Like 7.
Okay. What about you?
10.
Okay.
2.
2. Okay.
In a lifetime?
Average women's number is just like 5.
And you said the average woman fucking with dudes, right?
What about you?
Yeah, probably.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Basically, it's the same exact question as how many sexual partners for a man average. I'm asking you how many sexual partners for a female average.
I would say at least 100.
100. Okay.
For average?
Yes.
That means there's more. Someone who has more than.
All right.
Well, you got to think about OnlyFans and different.
Well, it's an average-looking woman. That's what I mean when I say.
Excuse me. I thought you were thinking the average of women.
I was thinking about all women.
An average-looking woman.
Oh, an average-looking woman.
Okay.
You guys understand, like the majority of women in the United States are obese.
For real?
You're lying.
Yeah, they are. They're obese.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Go to the majority of them. That's like 51%.
Like extremely obese.
What is obese?
I'm sorry, overweight. Extremely obese is about 40%. Yes, it's really bad. Yeah.
All right. So
the average woman in the United States weighs about 168 pounds.
Well,
168 pounds. See, you, again, like I'm trying. Like a lot of times we get this idea when we go to the Maxim party that the whole world is like this. It's not like it's not a Playboy party. The majority of the world is very different, right? But even with that, with women being overweight, how many sexual partners would they have?
With the average being overweight.
So hold on, let me go back since some of them misinterpreted the question. Average looking woman, you still think it's 140?
No, I'd say like 4.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right next to 140.
Okay. What about you? Do you still think it's 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
8.
Do you still think it's 7?
Yeah.
Do you still think it's 10?
I might go to 6.
6 now?
What do you think?
Do you still think it's 2?
I reckon it's like 3 or 4 now.
Okay.
I'm gonna double it and go 10.
10.
Okay.
Because I feel like men fuck anything. I say
you still
50.
think it's 100? Okay.
Yeah, 50.
50 now.
I think we're saying 12.
That's a big drop off. Okay. What about you?
12.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't believe it. It's like 10 at most. Are they paying? Or is
Women paying for sex, yes. Most women do. Most women do pay for sex.
And the
What are you
men
talking about?
paying
What
for
are you
sex?
talking about? We're talking about
5 out of 10. Like a girl
women.
that's
Average women sexual partners.
average, because average women do pay for sex.
Average women do pay for sex.
I don't
Seen
think
it.
that's true.
Who?
I've
Who's
never
paying for
heard
sex?
of that.
I'll say they have once or twice, but they don't
From who?
consistently. Like
Give us a
there's no
number.
female
No, from
tricks.
who? What man is that?
I would say less than
Females
40% of the
want
female
experience.
population has ever paid for sex.
From who? I don't get. There's like
I seen it.
male.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Gigolos, girl, you ain't see that movie?
To put it
Average
in
woman.
perspective,
So, average
only
woman, what do you
Magic
think?
Mike.
How many
Okay,
partners?
average women
Yeah.
exclude pain, pepper pain, or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was. I didn't know
Come
it
on,
was
Kai,
like
you got
that.
Give us a number.
You got it, Kai.
I would say like 10,
Cool.
maybe.
Good job.
So
all right,
all of you
You
guys
gotta
gave
try though.
all of you guys gave lower numbers than the males. So you guys think
Not me.
that women are having less sex than men are?
I think women are having more.
You think they're
I
ready?
doubled it.
They're
I said
having
12.
more, but with the same partner though.
Okay. In America, data collected from 2015 to 2019 by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has found that the median number of sexual partners for men was 4.3 and 6.3 for women. Gender-wise, perception of body count and are heavily affected by sexism, which is called sexual double standard. It's not affected by sexism. It's affected by evolutionary psychology. So anyway, yeah, that it is interesting.
And the funny part is we know that women chronically under report when it comes to sexual partners. So it's probably even higher than 6.
And then apparently
exactly
over
what I was
report.
about to ask
Justin, what was that
that's
you
not a
said?
stat.
What?
I said apparently men over report, but that's not in the stats. So
Well, yeah, but,
We don't have those
no,
numbers.
you're missing the whole point. Like men,
but it's the same point. If you're saying that women over report and men under report, it's kind of like the same statistic that we're talking about.
Then
like,
what should happen is women should have a lower body count than men on average.
Yeah.
but
If
I'm
men
not doing it.
overreport-
I'm not doing the interviews and taking up the numbers and everything here. But I'm just saying, like,
We generally, with anonymous reporting, people don't have.
What
to
are you
lie.
going off of then?
Yeah,
What are you going off of?
that's what I'm saying. Who's doing these interviews and stuff? Who's
The
You do realize that.
CDC in
Hold on,
Atlanta.
hold
the
on, hold on.
CDC in Atlanta? Okay, I just want to know. I was asking.
You do see that, like, by it being that
Don't
way.
get frustrated
it
with me.
No, because you're not making sense. Like, you're missing the whole point of the discussion. We're not saying that the numbers are real. What we're saying is that men are more likely to overrepresent and women are more likely to underrepresent. Even with that in place,
Yeah, it's a big gap.
There's
Women's
still
women,
a
yeah.
significant gap.
I got you. I got you.
So what
But I
I'm
was
arguing
asking-
is that it's probably even more. There's even more disparity than what the study is showing.
It would be like a 3.
So
and
I'm not looking at it
8.
from like strictly a number perspective. I'm looking at the trend.
Mm.
Men overreport, women underreport, and women are still beating men. What does that tell you?
It means that we need to all go to the CDC in Atlanta and hook up with each other. What was your numbers and what was yours? Okay, let's.
Not the
There's a hotel on Peachtree downtown. You know, let's go.
Mike, I'm beginning to think that the hereditary comment might have been true. Anyhow,
Bro.
let's move forward. Justin, I want to know from your experience, bro. Why do you think men are not getting laid and women are?
Well, it's because of social media mostly. I mean, you could take a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10, and she can message a guy that's an 8 or a 9 or a 10, and he'll sleep with her just to do it. And the guy that is really in that girl's league, he can message her all day long, send flowers, do whatever he wants, and she'll ignore his ass. So it's a tough situation. I think social media has really messed it up, where the top echelon of guys get all the women. You could argue that that's Darwinism, but I do think it's a sad thing for families and for the future of America, particularly. And I don't see it changing anytime soon, man. It's a sad situation for sure.
Good point. All right. Some chats here. You want to move forward?
Yeah. Was there anything else that you want to add to this or no?
The issue is so that if you read the stories like Institute for Family Studies, it'll show that at 2008, when the Facebook app got on the iPhone, you started seeing this rise of men that were having 0 sexual partners, and it skyrocketed. And it didn't quite happen for women to the same extent, because like what he said before, I know plenty of women who've told me before, they're like, oh, I dated this athlete, or I dated this movie star, or I dated this country singer. And I'm like, no, you didn't date him. I know him and his wife. You've never fucking dated him. There's no pictures of you guys together. You fucked him maybe twice, and he hit you up every once in a while. But the problem is, in her mind, she starts to believe, well, I'm worth this country singer. I'm worth this athlete. And so now every guy she dates from that point on, she's judged by that in her mind. And so it becomes harder and harder for the guys at the lower end of the spectrum to ever date her. And so what you end up with is the top 5% of guys with 150 sexual partners and the bottom 26% of men with 0. Does that make sense? Like the level of inequity, that's what's going on. And the thing is, like, for men at the top, do you know how many sexual partners they'll have? As many as you'll give them. They won't stop. It's not like Hugh Hefner and Bilzerian were like, well, I'm through fucking, no more fucking now. Like, they're just going to keep going and going and going. They're not going to stop. But for men at the bottom, 0 is 0. It's just 0. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the issue that's happening. And so what's happened is, which is kind of shocking for a lot of people, is that women on average are having more sexual partners than men, which it didn't used to be like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the point that we're trying to make.
I have a question for the girls.
Yeah.
Knowing that women are having more sex than men in society, what would you tell your son to adapt to the new dating marketplace?
Well,
we can start right here and then work our way.
Well, I don't want kids, but I don't know.
What would you tell him?
I mean, there's nothing you really can, because men don't really listen. So they'll just do whatever they want anyway. So I feel like even if I told my son anything, he would just go do it.
Let's say they would actually listen to your advice. What
Okay.
piece of advice would you give them?
Wear a condom.
That's good advice.
Okay.
That's probably the one thing he won't
Myra,
listen
that's
to.
the question. What advice would you give your children?
Yeah, knowing that women are having more sex than men in today's day and age, what advice would you give to your son and or a male loved one?
Well, I would just give him the stats. Like, I wouldn't even try to give him my opinion. I would give him the stats because men think on logic, right? And women think on emotion. My son ain't gonna listen to me, so I'm gonna give him the stats. I'm gonna pull up them CDC numbers and I'm gonna tell him, like, hey, look, baby, these bitches got STDs over here, so you gotta be careful. You guys over here, be careful. You know, I would give him the stats.
Okay.
Logic.
So you would show him the stats, and anything else you would tell him? Be careful is what it was.
I would tell him, I mean, the stats would tell him to be careful. If he's a man and he's thinking off logic, and that's nature, not nurture right there. Like, men just naturally are going to think off logic. That was something that you even said on one of your shows. So it's nothing I can really help for that. Like, if I'm keep trying to pour my emotional input into my son is just going to probably emotionally push it back. Like, no, he's not going to refute them numbers, though.
Okay.
And I might just tell him watch Fresh and Fit. I don't know.
What about you?
To be honest, I'm going to be very open with my kids, tell them my experience and like how I lived my life, and tell them they can do what they want, just practice safe sex.
But so you would tell your son to just practice safe sex?
Absolutely.
Okay. What about you? What would you tell him, knowing that women?
I would tell my son to figure out what he wants to do with his life and pursue that passionately. And when you're doing what you love, then you attract people, and women are attracted to men that have something going on. So focus on yourself, live your life, and have fun. Sex is not that important. And when you find somebody that matters, then go after them.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah, facts.
That's a very female answer.
I agree.
I think you hate.
That was a super female answer.
Yeah, I'm female, so.
No, I get it. I get it. But it's just interesting. Pursue your passion, and then, okay. What about you?
To be honest, if I was to have a son, I would just tell them that.
Don't look at my OnlyFans.
I would just say, like, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but like, there's always like you can have there's so much fun you can have in life until you get broken, and then you become a closed off person. Especially as a man, like, you get fucked with by females all the time. So I would just say, like, learn that person before you continue out something you want to, like, sexually do. Like, does that make sense to you? Like,
No, it doesn't.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, let me explain it a bit better. I'm so sorry. I would say, like, just keep to yourself, have fun. Like, honestly, like, sex is like something you can do later on in the future. I wouldn't say like you need to lose your virginity now and like have fun. Like, that's forever. Like, you can do it when you're 30. Like, not 30, but like you can do it when you're 20. Like, I wouldn't say like sex is like
So
that important.
You're
for
saying
your
to like
son.
vet the person first before you.
Yeah, I
take it
would say like
further?
they can have fun, do whatever, but I would say like don't get yourself broken, because as a man, I feel like men always get hurt by women all the time, and that makes them very closed off. And that's why when you like, for me, as my like I have friends and they're always trying to find another person or like a soulmate, and they're always coming back and saying, look, this man doesn't want to be with me because of this woman, or this man doesn't want to do this because of that. And it just like, it's like so much that goes on in this world now. And if you're talking about in the future of having sons, like all of us sitting here now, like the future is going to be okay. The future is going to be 10
That's the cue
times.
for landing the plane.
The
So
future's going to be
make your
10
point.
times worse than what it is now. And women are going to be 100 times more active than what men are now.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
So knowing that they're going to be more sexually active, what would you tell them to do?
Just stay in the lane and do whatever like will keep them safe, like their heart safe. That's all.
Listen to your heart.
Yeah.
Nigga.
When it's calling.
Okay.
It was such a long little.
What
a song
I'm
for
sorry.
What about you? What would you tell your son, knowing that women are more promiscuous now? How to move?
First of all, if I want to have kids within like a year, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I would tell the parents, whatever, traumatize the fuck out of your kids when they're young. Do whatever you can to give them the worst childhood you possibly can give them.
What?
And I'm gonna tell you right now why. Because too many parents baby the fuck out of their kids. They don't let them do anything for themselves. They go into the real world, the actual real world, and they don't know what the fuck to do. They're pussies. They don't know shit because
Someone
they've
call
never
CPS,
lived this
please.
before.
I'm not gonna say it to somebody.
This proves
So they
Where's
need
Boston
that
boss?
shit. They need.
For
they
sure.
need.
So I think it's a little different. I think maybe discipline is the word you're looking for. Maybe not
No,
trauma.
let
You
them
discipline.
do
You want
their
trauma.
own shit.
No,
let
she
them
said
learn
trauma.
You want
to
to
be
use
independent.
Call
Let
Child
them
Protective
develop
Services.
character and let them be a freaking human being in any way, shape, and form they can be. Let them be themselves. And like, don't baby them. Don't go to their like freaking where they live and like talk to like the manager for them. Like that stuff. Like they expect that, and then they like grow up, and like a girl is just like being herself with them, and they're like, oh my
So-
gosh, like you're being mean to me. Like I'm gonna go cry about it. Like bro, like what? Are you serious?
I mean, my concern
keep
is that you're legitimately saying cause trauma in children's lives.
Yeah,
I think
you
like,
might
as
not
a public
use the
service,
word
I want to say,
trauma. And I
hey guys,
say
don't
that-
cause trauma, but you can discipline your children. I think that's a good idea.
Emotional, she's thinking on the trauma.
I just feel like you know what you could do is you could discipline your children. I think that's a good idea. Maybe not be helicopter children, but to actually cause
push them
trauma.
down the stairs.
So you're saying don't
That's what my
let
dad
them
did
go
to me
life
to make
too
me learn how to
easily.
skateboard.
I think she's saying don't
Of life.
beat me.
Right, okay.
No,
That's a
she's
little
saying
more
trauma.
kosher.
That means like that's like physical abuse.
No, don't abuse them. No. Don't abuse them. But like, don't be like my thing is too much.
Don't coddle them.
Yeah, like they don't
Agreed.
let them
We got you.
breathe. Like they're scared to let them go outside and get like bitten by like a mosquito. Like let them be themselves. Like let them learn what they are. You know, don't be afraid. Like if they like go out in the sun, they're gonna get skin cancer or something. Like don't
Good
baby
save,
them.
girl, because I was about to say.
Because you said trauma, I was like, like what?
Like trauma's good.
She
Trauma's
says trauma,
good.
and then she's like,
trauma
mosquito
can be
bite or sunburn.
positive.
What
If you make it like that.
What would you tell your son or loved one knowing that women are having more sex now to prepare?
I would kind of try to sit down with them and tell them the reality of the world. And I tell them,
What would you tell them?
Whatever you put out is what you're gonna get back. Is what I would tell them. Like I wouldn't try to coddle them like you said, but I wouldn't traumatize them. I would
Right.
tell them like, okay, this is how the world is, and however you present yourself, like that's what you're gonna get back. Like present yourself how you would want women to present themselves to you.
So a fuck buddy.
No, I wouldn't tell them how a fuck buddy, but what I'm saying is like if you present yourself like a fuck boy, you're gonna get a girl that is like on that timing too.
Okay.
Basically.
You give what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say, I definitely want to have children. Very, very, very much
many?
want to be a mom. 4. I love 4.
Holy.
Yeah, I want a big family. We're out here sporting. And if he sees this in the future, I love you already. Love you so much. You're already in there.
Wait, your child or your husband? Okay.
My husband. Well, yeah,
You're
my
married?
husband.
For sure.
My husband is the most
Are
important
you
part. of my
Catholic?
child. I'm a Christian.
Oh, okay. I was going to try to set
But
you up.
are you
I set
married?
you up with my buddy Nick.
I'm a
I was gonna-
Christian.
Sorry, my bad.
Are you married?
No. What?
Well, Nick might see her
Yeah,
on
I
the
would
show
like
and
to-
might holla. What's your Instagram?
It's in there. It's in the comments or whatever. So I would say to him first, of course, because of my beliefs, seek first the kingdom. Have a belief system that you are fully founded on. Therefore, you have a solid foundation in which you're building your life. Obviously, I think Jesus is the answer to every problem. So seek Jesus. And I would hope that he would see me as a great reflection of the woman that he wants in his life. Like I would want
So you
him
think
to
religion
see
will
me
be
as the standard.
the key?
Not religion, a relationship. Yeah.
Well, you said,
A relationship with Jesus. It's not a religion, but yes.
I mean, Jesus, wouldn't he be considered a religious figure?
Maybe to some people, but for me, it's a relationship.
Okay. So you think Jesus will save him?
If he seeks first the kingdom, then yes, everything else will fall in line. And then I hope that he sees me as the example of the woman that he wants. I don't believe that he needs more than one sexual partner.
Okay. So you think that will protect him from women that aren't worthy?
I think that my example will protect him from women.
Which is?
My example?
Yes.
Just really holding myself to a standard, making sure that I have respect around me, making sure that I do not allow people to ebb and flow like what I believe in, making sure that I always lead first and am honest and integritous with how I walk, graceful.
Would you want your son to get with a born again Christian?
I would love my son to marry another believer, of course.
Would you prefer him to get with a born again Christian or someone that was
Always in the faith?
Always in the faith from the beginning.
I mean, obviously, always in the faith from the beginning is the preference, but I think that no matter what, if Jesus is in your life, then you know what true love is. You understand it because you felt it for the first time, and so from that moment on, it doesn't really matter how it manifests as long as they have the characteristics of, the one true King.
Interesting. Okay. What about you? What would you tell your son?
You sound good on paper, but
I am good.
we've yet to clarify that.
Okay, come find me at church.
Would you be okay if your son dated somebody that wasn't Christian though?
Oh no.
Yo,
I even was struggling with that. I found someone I
thought it was my turn.
I found a man who was a Muslim and he was great, but it's just like if you have a different belief system.
Kai, you funny, man. Go ahead, Kai. Tell him how it is.
I'm seeing so Kai can speak.
It's because it's just so much I could rebuttal. It's just like
Tell him, Kai. Go ahead.
You can
not tell him. What was the question?
Look at you, bro.
I thought you had so much to rebuttal, Kai.
I had so much to rebuttal, but they got time. It's gonna take a minute. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my God.
So what would you tell your son that when they know that women are promiscuous?
Which is what the question was.
Yeah.
I said I had a rebuttal to it. She said, not saying you was wrong.
Okay, say it. Girl, I'm okay.
Tell her.
Tell her what?
The rebuttal.
Baby.
Man, the
Tell
mushrooms
her the
like just
rebuttal?
really kicked in right now. Bro.
The what?
Super mushrooms.
Ask the question then.
It's not much. Okay, the question first. So, okay, ask me the question one more time.
How would you? What would you tell your son in a world where women are promiscuous right now?
Don't laugh at me. The thing is, if I said it's like you, they go who the.
Is this the bottom?
What?
Is this the end? Walt, is this where it ends? Is this what you talk about in the book of Revelations? Is this how it starts right
Yeah,
here?
no, we already are in end
Oh, we're in
times.
the
Let's
end
be very
times?
honest.
I think this might be the sign of the end times.
I had no say. Okay.
Kai.
What I would say to my son is just like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm religious, but I'm not like.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom when I get back. She should be done. Is that how we're
Is it
gonna do
because
this?
of my likes? My bad. But honestly, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
Baby.
Oh my God, bro. This is for real?
Kai, just say
Okay.
something.
Okay, you're right.
Look at Laura's face. I don't think I've ever seen this.
I'm sorry. Okay,
What would
I'm
you
not
say to
gonna-
your son? Just say something.
What I'm gonna tell to my son?
Yes.
Wow.
Kai.
Next question.
Okay,
Next question.
no. Be what you want to reflect. Whoever you and you're still laughing.
No, that makes sense. It's good.
Whoever you are is what you're gonna reflect. So
is that,
be
is
who
that
you
Myron's
are.
hair falling out? What is that right there? Is that what's going on here?
Have you ever had a dream that you?
I was literally thinking about that exact sound when she was talking about it. I didn't want
You want?
to. I'm sorry,
You can
sis.
do so. You want?
Oh my God, I thought you were making pure sense. And I thought that made
Kai,
sense.
I'm sorry.
You want to take that from her? Don't take that from her.
Continuing. So
Boy, if you don't.
no, you right though.
But no,
You
it
right,
just
though.
reminded me of that.
Spicy.
No,
when
you
you,
right,
when
though.
you, but it just wouldn't sound
Be
like that.
whoever you are, because whoever you are is gonna reflect on you. No matter the relationship, no matter the friendship, whoever you are is gonna reflect. You know how it's like that. Okay.
Y'all better let her cook.
I'm not
Let her
laughing because of what I said. You know why we laughing, but it's okay.
What the fuck?
You said what the fuck?
Oh, you know what?
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whatever you are is
we
gonna
don't.
reflect.
We
So
don't.
it doesn't matter what I said.
Can we
Not
go
quite,
to the next
but
question?
I appreciate you, sweet girl.
Hey, do you remember what you said about trauma?
Who said trauma?
Oh, she went to the bathroom.
Yeah, she went to the bathroom.
No, she's
I'm right here
Oh,
now.
there we go. Yeah. No, trauma. Yeah, that's what I think. This is trauma.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't think.
Character building.
I'll be honest with you. If Wes were sitting right here, he would get up and start doing burpees or fucking leave.
I love
I don't think he
that.
would
He
sit
wouldn't
through
be
this.
here.
Burpees are really
That's what I'm
He
hard.
wouldn't be dealing with it.
I know.
That is not an easy exercise.
Yeah, I don't think Wes would deal with this.
Speaking of trauma, I think she has some trauma off camera, so she's out.
She puked, so she left.
Yeah, she puked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Damn, why y'all had to expose her?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, leave that girl alone. She was on camera. Everybody had to know
You want us to lie to the
Yeah, you wanted
audience?
to lie to the audience.
Where is she? You know?
She
They were
threw it
worried
out
about her.
and puked. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're worried about her, you know?
They was worried about, bro. They be. I don't think these comments they ain't worried about.
Scoot your
I don't know why she puked, but whatever.
She had what Kai's
She probably
having.
smelled somebody's breath over.
What?
Who?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. This
She probably
microphone
because she smelled
looks
someone's breath.
dingy. I'm facing this way. She was fine.
Like,
the
I'm
whole time.
legitimately worried about Myron right now. Like, this is traumatic.
No,
This
man,
is-
it's just another day in office.
Okay.
Just another day. in
Wow.
office.
Talk about women, Myron.
Oh, man. Okay. Do you have another question for the girls?
Me, no. I'm actually really interested to see, like, because the thing is, I think what's happened is this discussion's been going on for like 2 years, and one of the things I do find interesting is that whichever one of these shows, a lot of times you guys come on here. And these shows have been going on for like 2 years. And then it feels like, no offense, but if I was going to go on a show that had like 1 million subs, I would be like very prepared with an answer. And a lot of times it's the same answers you guys give over and over again. And like Justin and I can't do that. If we go on a show, we have to be like super prepared.
Yeah.
And sometimes when we ask you guys questions, it's like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. And you just stumble. And I'm just saying.
You're saying it politely. I'll just say it. Women have the privilege of being fucking retarded. That's really what it comes down to. I'm going to be very honest. A lot of you guys gave nonsensical answers and very low IQ answers, but it's okay because you're a female. And I get it. There's a double standard out there, but I just think it's hilarious how women can make it through life with zero competence and still get by versus a guy. If you're not competent, you're going to suffer.
Can I add
That makes
something
sense,
though?
but-
Because y'all
Go
say
ahead.
y'all have preparation with y'all interviews, right?
Sure.
What does that preparation entails? Because y'all took our phones, y'all got your phones right here, and then
Oh,
y'all
I'm not
probably.
using my phone.
But
for
that's
anything.
fine. That's fine. But I'm just saying that's like But y'all might know the questions before the interview. These questions are being asked live or by you, who we've never even seen before. We didn't even know who the surprise guest was going to be. You just came and surprised us with your guest list and your questions.
Surprise.
So we don't have no preparation really to go off of. So
do you
how
really
can we
need-
prepare?
I mean, it's basic social dynamics questions of what you think as far as like sexual partners between the two genders. I mean, they're very general knowledge questions.
I have a question then.
I don't think you need to be prepared for that specifically.
But
I have a
he
quick
just
question.
he just basically came at like basically always all these viewers. Y'all should be more prepared. But
And
it's like,
also,
bro,
we
how
have
can
a
we know
channel
what
on
y'all
YouTube with multiple
specifically gonna-
videos. You can watch the video. It's pretty much a similar format.
So related to the competence of a woman,
Yeah.
then what do the fact that in your opinion, we can get through life without having to have any competence and we can just float through. Do
Yeah.
men care about our competence then?
That's why they don't, which is why
So-
y'all are able to do what you do
But then why don't you care about our competence?
because it doesn't really provide that much utility.
Conversation, elevation of your
think that?
children, elevation of status by having someone, a partner to, throw ideas off to hold you accountable.
I think talking to men is way more interesting than talking to women typically.
Can I add?
Well, okay.
You said that you don't
But
care
you got
about
all
the
these-
competence.
Because men have very similar.
Exactly.
Men typically bond over activities, right? So and men have it's easier to have common ground and similar interests with a guy because a man's life experience is far different than a woman's life experience. I mean, with all due respect, women typically live life on easy mode, especially in 2023. So someone who lives life on easy mode isn't going to be able to identify with your masculine struggles as a man typically.
Yeah.
Can some do it? Sure, but a majority can't.
So why
Of
not just be in a
course, but-
relationship with somebody you identify with, like a man?
What's
What was
the
that?
point
Yeah.
with being a woman?
Yeah.
Being with a woman.
For the polarity, because we're not the same.
Yeah, but the polarity of being not the
Yeah.
sameness would mean that they're bringing a perspective to your life that is different from how you see things. Therefore, they have different
but you
experiences.
couldn't
Female perspective is really unneeded outside of a home, to be honest with you.
But you,
Outside of
but
the kitchen or
then what else?
house.
But the
what
thing
other
is,
point is there then?
you grow as a person
Oh my
within the
God.
home to go out into the workforce to be the person you are. The home is where you spend the majority of your time, if not at work. So it's equally as important to grow in the home with the person next to you as it is to grow in the workforce. So
I mean-
why would
Can
you
I ask
not?
a question?
Why would you not think that there is value in the person next to you? You would want them to be competent. I think that's the most important
But
thing
it's
to
not
have a
it's-
competent.
but no,
I think what they're saying is most guys don't care these days if women is competent.
You're missing the whole point of this. What he was just trying to show is that if given an opportunity to be put on a certain platform, men will take it more serious than the women will, and they'll actually have some level of preparation versus women will just show up and kind of behave however, and it's okay. That's what he's trying to say. And then I'm saying is the reason for that is because women are able to kind of waddle through life without being competent and still make it somewhere versus a man can't necessarily do that. A woman can choose. Basically, a woman being competent is elective. It's not mandatory.
How about this? So for the things that make men attractive,
Sure.
right? are the same things that make men high status.
Yes.
So just think about these two things. So like, for instance, I play quarterback for a football team. I make $50 million a year, and I'm also attractive to women for the same thing. Make sense? The things that may make a woman high status, like let's say there's a woman who is a heart surgeon and she saves one of my children. To me, that's a high status woman.
Yeah.
But I'm not attracted to her.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So the things that make her high status and the things that make her attractive are not the same thing. Does that make sense?
But why is there no, from the male perspective, why is there no attraction based on competence, based on the wisdom in the home that could build you up as a man?
There could be, but for men, I mean, if you just felt what it's like to be a man, we have 17 times as much testosterone as a woman. We're just more concerned with certain features of facial symmetry, signs of youth, hip to waist ratio, and submissiveness to a certain extent, agreeableness. Those things, I'm not saying a woman who's smart wouldn't be attractive. I've dated some smart women. It's very attractive. The problem is, in comparison to how physically attractive I am to her, it's just not, it's 3 orders of magnitude more.
I'm calling
That makes sense?
bullshit.
Would you rather?
Go ahead.
That's not true, because at the end of the day, if you are a high status man, if you see like yourself as like very valuable and high value, you will not be with a woman
It's true.
who has no income, because that's the chances that she's
I'm
with
sorry,
you for your
we're in Miami.
income.
We're in Miami.
The chances that she's with you for your income is so high. You're gonna want someone who doesn't need you. You're gonna want somebody who is at a financial point to where you're certain in your head that this woman is with you because she loves you as a human being, and not because she's with you because of your financial status or whatever. So you're gonna be more attracted to the woman who has a higher income than the woman who, like, let's say everything else is the same.
More attracted to the woman who has a higher income.
If she's good looking and she has a higher income,
That's
she's
an
more
outtake.
attractive
You're
than
giving
the
the
woman
you're
who is
100% describing the female.
That's why they're in the club.
I'm
What
giving,
you
like,
literally
the
just
best reason
described, what
ever.
you literally just described is how women are attracted to men. Women are attracted to men that don't need them, that have financial competence, etc.
Same with men to women,
No.
because
No, it's
a
just not
high value
true.
man
No.
is so insecure that every woman
Here we
wants
go.
him only for his money, and that's the only reason she's with
He
him.
can be, hold on,
So
he
when
can
she
be high
has
value
that,
for other
he can
reasons
be-
than his money.
He can, I know, but when she has that, he's
listen.
like, all right, she's not with me just because I'm rich.
Okay, so listen, I know I've been bringing up a lot of stats, but like Dr. David Bussey does this 37 culture study, and they study real quick a summary of it is that women are always in every one of these societies, all 37 cultures, more interested in men acquiring resources than the other way around. It's 2 to 1. Does that make sense?
They're
Women are more.
interested, but they're
Women are
still
more.
interested.
Huh?
They're more interested, but they're still kind of interested.
Yeah, no, but they're not nearly to the same extent. And the other thing is, like, men are more interested in a woman's body count than women are interested in a man's body count. And this was in all 37 cultures. And
Women
in all
should be interested in a men's body count
but
too.
not nearly to the same extent. So, like, what you're saying, I understand idealistically may seem right to you, but there's no data to back up anything you're saying. Like,
But it's
men are
literally logic. You don't need data when it makes sense.
you kind of do need data. That's what data is for.
But can you like
data is
make
the real
math,
world.
like
Logic
in your own
is your
head?
logic.
Can you think for yourself? Why do you need something to back everything up? It's called thinking for yourself, thinking clearly. You don't need that.
But you can't say you can't think
You don't need
clearly.
thinking clearly.
You can't think clearly without data.
Yes, you can. You can add things up in your
Make it
head.
up. Just make it up,
And
Mike.
yeah,
then it
that's
just, like,
literally
feels real?
logical thinking.
Then it just
Critical
feels real?
thinking.
It feels.
Why is Myron writing stuff down?
Yeah, he's over here taking notes like a
he's like
college
I
student.
feel like you're if you
Yeah, because the difference is that I'm actually listening to what you guys are saying, understanding, and formulating something to actually respond to what you're saying versus you guys just like yapping. What
put it in your book. I have so a lot of what you say is about wanting to keep like a family unit together, right? You believe in the family unit, you bring in the strong male.
So
right?
I do, but in some cases, like previous societies, I'm more interested in like an evolutionary psychology description of humanity than just a cultural one. In some societies, it was one man, one woman. In some societies, we'd have a high status men with multiple women. That's generally what would happen. And so that's what I'm describing for the most part. And so when she says that most of these men were interested in women that made as much money as them, there's no way I can look through the anthropological record and see any evidence of that. Like, in fact, if we go back, like maybe even 2,000 or 3,000 years, there's like zero evidence of that. There's never a case where men are looking for women that make more money than them. It just doesn't happen.
No, I never said making more money, but
Actually,
I'm saying in comparison,
you did precisely say that.
if you
verbatim.
put a woman who has so
I think she was comparing to other women.
Let's say as a human
to other
being,
women.
what adds value to a human being? It's your experience, your memories with that person, and also how much income that person has and how free they are in their life.
I think the original thing you're conflating. There's personal self-worth and value, and then there's how much people find you attractive. For men, they are the same thing. For women, they're not the same thing. They're not. Like Madame Curie discovered radium, but her husband's penis did not get harder because she won a Nobel Prize.
But
You understand? Or do you think that?
He valued her more because of the fact that she had more knowledge.
Died horribly of cancer, but that's not actually.
Ladies, if you're
That's what.
keep your money up. Work hard
Madam
for
Curie,
yourself,
we
girl.
care for you.
Don't let these men think it doesn't matter because it does.
So
are we talking about all men when we say this?
It's very simple.
In
general,
because men are trying to play women's sports now, so times are changing.
Sorry, you said what? Men are trying to play
playing women's sports these days, so times are changing.
Yeah, because women live life on easy mode, which brings me back to my point.
Yeah,
like the bottom line is this: women live life on easy mode, and their accomplishments are not as important as a man's accomplishments because a woman doesn't have to be accomplished to be attractive. So that's why I say getting advice from a woman could be valid, but their perspective isn't as valid because it's extremely limited because they don't go through the same trials and tribulations that men do.
Different.
So in general, most women are not in a position to dispense advice to you as a man about life. For example, if I have 20,000 women, I could put them in the military and have them go fight. But what's better, 20,000 women in infantry or 20,000 men in infantry? The men are going to be better.
Wakanda forever. You would have 0 if it wasn't for women. You would have no men or women.
It was a women minority. That's not the argument.
Saying.
What I'm saying is that just because something is capable does not mean that it's optimal. So if I want the best advice as a man, I'm going to go deal with another man and talk to him about that because more than likely our experiences are going to align. Women a lot of the times don't have the same experiences. She's got to be an exceptional female a lot of the times to be in a position to give me advice as a man because women don't live the same existence as men and women live life on easy mode.
So you're basically saying there's a gray area.
Why are
I just
guys?
don't think that's true.
Because they can't compete in men's sports, so they're going to the women's sports.
Yes, but why? Hold on.
That's the point.
That proves my point even more.
Yeah.
Why are guys switching their gender over to compete in female sports? Because they know that women are physically inferior, they're slower, they're weaker, they're not as good at athletic capability and coordination, etc. And the men go over there and they absolutely destroy them, even though they're on testosterone suppressants, they're getting their hormones blocked, and they're still fucking women up. So if that doesn't prove that women live life on easy mode, even when it comes to the concept of sports and athletics and competition, I don't know what does. If you take chess players, you take Formula 1 drivers, there's no strength difference.
So you're telling me,
I get your point.
I got a question. I got a real serious question. So you're telling me if a woman who is trying her hardest, who has been training her whole life on this athletic sport, is losing to a grown man, I don't care about that music. If you're telling me that a woman that worked her whole life off to do whatever sport and a grown man comes in and does that sport against her and wins, it's because she was on easy mode, or
yeah,
like
that
that's
makes
crazy.
No sense.
Yes.
Okay,
Hold on.
You're absolutely tripping. You're absolutely tripping because I know bitches that can hoop you and dunk on you all day. But if I'm go ahead. I'll let you say what you gotta say.
Look, if you win the retard Olympics, it doesn't matter because you're still a fucking retard. Okay? If you win the WNBA,
but we're not talking about retard Olympics. We're talking about real sports.
That's what I'm trying to say. If you win a WNBA championship, it's irrelevant because you won a WNBA championship. You didn't win an NBA championship at the highest level.
But you got men coming in winning WNBA championships. So now what are you saying?
Hold on. That is my point.
Are you upset? No, don't get upset.
No, I'm not upset. I'm just literally astonished by your level of stupidity. What I'm saying is that women have their own leagues and they must play in easy mode because they're inferior to men in almost every physical.
That doesn't
Let me help you with this. So he's saying easy mode, and I think you have a problem with easy mode. Correct. Candace Parker probably whooped my ass at basketball. But an average NBA player who transitioned to become a woman would be the MVP of the WNBA.
Yeah,
that's my point.
But how does that mean that the woman is on easy mode because somebody you got Shaquille O'Neal want to put a wig on and play NBA, play WNBA. Now women is on easy mode because you got
compared to men. It's significantly easier.
I'm gonna leave this.
You don't like the, I'm
wait for the stats to come out.
You don't like the description of easy mode, but like generally, in general, and again, I'm not saying this to denigrate women, but the fastest woman in the world is slower than than a high school sprinter in Texas.
Yes, but she probably
doesn't that mean that she's on easy mode? Or are we gonna go to science and talk about the way her body is?
You're stuck on the term easy mode. Get off the term easy mode.
Help me.
Easier. Would that work? Does easier work?
No.
But what does that have to do with
sports?
She has to put in the same amount of work.
It's the same training.
A woman athlete's not putting in less work.
What are you saying?
Actually, she does not put the same amount of work in because men can train at a way higher capacity for far longer.
You talk about capacity versus easy mode.
So no, but that's what I'm trying to say. She's trying to say they put in the same amount of work. No, they don't.
So because your Xbox got more space than my Xbox, I'm on easy mode.
What if we go to the next question?
My capacity isn't as big as yours.
No.
Your life is not as big as
An average man can come into your sport
and win. An average man.
Are you aware that Serena Williams lost to like the 200 ranked guy when he was hungover?
But that's a guy
and that's
versus a girl.
A woman at the pinnacle.
But are you saying? But was that on easy mode, or was a guy coming into a girl's sport and should have been playing with a guy? What would happen if he played a guy though?
For Serena Williams to compete against other women in general, the women's sport is easier than it is for men in a vacuum. Do you disagree?
I don't disagree, but I'm just trying to understand why if I'm a man and I know my capacity, why won't I just play tennis with a man? Why am I playing with Serena Williams?
You're trying to. We're using hypotheticals, and you're not paying attention to what we're saying. What we're saying is it's easy. I know
it's funny y'all get to use hypotheticals when y'all want to, but then when y'all asking us a question, no, we're using stats. CDC Atlanta.
It was misinterpreted in that they had said easy mode at one point, but I don't think they actually mean that women are competing in.
I think I'm just stuck on the easy mode thing. You're probably right. I'm gonna let it go.
Look. Female sports in general is easy mode because it's the easiest level of human.
Serena could beat you, bro.
Am I a tennis player? I'm not a tennis player.
But that's easy mode.
I'm not a tennis player.
You're an average guy. You said an average guy with a hang up, bro.
I didn't say an average guy. I said a guy ranked 200. See, here, hold on. Look.
Go ahead.
We're gonna have this discussion. Okay, you want to actually have a conversation here? You need to pay attention to what we're saying. Okay, because I was very explicit and I said the 200 ranked guy hungover beat Serena Williams. Don't just take part of what I'm saying and throw out the others because everything matters in context.
What you be doing?
Because you're just arguing to argue now at this point.
I'm just trying to use the logic and try to pinpoint the points.
Because I have respect for what you're saying because I'm actually writing down the stupidity that you're saying so I can actually rebut it. So if you're gonna go ahead and make a comment,
let me get a notepad.
Pay attention.
Let me get a notepad.
Hold on, stop. See, you're just talking to talk.
No, I'm not. I'm asking for a notepad. So
okay, we'll give it to you. We probably won't write anything anyway. But the point I'm trying to make is this. If you're going to go ahead and argue something against me, listen to what the fuck I say and then actually rebut what I said. Don't go ahead and make a general statement off something that I didn't say. What I'm simply saying is that women's sports in itself is easy mode.
I just still don't understand how. So I'm going to stay dumb. I'm going to just be dumb because I don't understand how. We just going to have to
do not understand that even if a man goes in, transgender, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes in there, takes hormone suppressants, etc., limits himself, he still is better than 99% of the women in that sport. If that doesn't prove that females have it on easy mode, I don't know what does.
Transformers are faster than cars on the street.
There we go. And apparently she just won the argument with a Transformers reference. Incredible. Checkmate.
And I got
this is what I mean when I say that you just literally proved my point now that women don't have to make it through life and be competent whatsoever. You literally just embarrass yourself.
That's because men don't evaluate it.
You can't embarrass me.
No, you embarrass yourself.
Can we try like a different thing? Because sports is just one of the characteristics here. I just try to be as objective as possible here. A yacht in Monaco. This is to say there's a $40 million yacht out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all partying in Monaco, whatever. The likelihood of me getting on the yacht versus the likelihood of a woman getting on the yacht. What's higher?
This guy's making sense.
Me.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's more likely a woman.
All of us is getting on the yacht before any of y'all get on the yacht.
And you realize that he's about to set you up for another L, right?
That's fine. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm taking notes.
In order for me to get invited on the yacht, I have to do something exceptional.
Like making $500 million a year.
$500 million a year or whatever. Yeah. Or even have a yacht that pulls up next to your yacht and it's just as big and I join you. Or I have to have 50 girls with me versus one guy to get on the yacht.
Yeah.
Or I have to have business deals, maybe B2B business where I work with the guys who own the yacht. Do you see the accomplishments I need to make to get on the yacht versus the accomplishments you need to make to get on the yacht? Does that make sense?
I think I spelled accomplishments wrong. But yes.
I have a question. Wouldn't it be like men have it on easy mode because y'all are more naturally physically inclined, so women have to work against their nature?
But the problem is we have to compete against other men. No, right. I understand what you're saying. Like we're stronger, but we also have to compete against other men.
The average man has 0 bodies.
Yes. So, but which is even more proof. Those are the people left behind.
You're doing
surplus
good, bro.
men. But you understand?
Really
so
it all depends on what category we're talking about.
But it's the men who are sexless are proof that men competing with other men makes our arena more difficult. The sexual floor for a woman, there's a great book on this called Why Women Have Sex by David Buss and Sidney Messon. With the floor for a woman on average, even if she's very unattractive, is above 1. She can have sex. The girl at the trailer park who's obese will still have sexual partners. A guy who has nothing going for him, is below average in height, and makes, say, less than $39,000 a year, if he doesn't take drastic steps to improve his life, he will go the remainder of his life. Granted, he doesn't pay for a prostitute. He will have no sex. And that's not, by the way, that's not conjecture. He will legitimately have no sexual encounters whatsoever.
Got you.
You're
Somehow that helped me understand everything you were saying.
But what you're
He just literally proved that women live life on easy mode in another facet. I did it through sports. He proved it through social hierarchies of being able
Sports
to
was
get
a really bad
in certain
example.
situations.
That was just a really bad
Well, I brought
example.
it up.
You didn't
I was
have a good
blaming it because I was the one who
example.
brought it up.
It's the most clear-cut
It
example
was just a bad
of female
analogy.
inferiority.
I understand you now. He helped.
what you're speaking about the
Okay, you know what? How about let's use you. You go on OnlyFans, right?
Yes,
You
I
have
do.
4 real estate properties that you probably bought from selling your butthole on the internet.
Oh my
Me, on the other
God.
hand, I have 14
Lord have
properties. I had to build up
mercy.
a platform. I had to be really entertaining, have a podcast, hit 1 million plus subscribers, etc. We pretty much got to somewhat the same area, but I had to be way more competent in my field to actually get to where I'm at right now. So please explain to me how that
I
doesn't
started
represent easy
OnlyFans
mode.
last year. I got my first 3 doors before I started OnlyFans.
And how'd you do that?
How'd you do that?
I did it the way you're supposed to do it. I
Such
did my
as?
research. I got investors. I traveled. I did
How'd
my,
you get those investors?
by going to meetings, networking, doing probably the same
And they
thing you
gave
taught
money.
about.
No, they gave you money?
I actually watched one of your shows, and some of the advice you gave, I knew probably when I was like 19.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying all this stuff. I'm 30 now. I just started OnlyFans like when I was 28. So all the other stuff, I had some doors already. So
And
all
how'd you
that
get
other
the
stuff,
capital for those doors?
I got the capital from.
You said you had investors. How'd you get those investors?
Okay, so I grew up in Baltimore, and I have a lot of family who does really good things, and we go to like different banquets and things like that. And when you're old enough, they'll say, "Hi, this is my daughter. She's into real estate. Aren't you an investor?" So little things like that. So maybe I am living life on easy mode,
Yeah.
and that's
Easy mode,
perfectly
yeah.
fine.
That's
But
fine. We're not
easy,
complaining. Point even.
easy mode or not, I can still learn how to do just as much as you guys can do. Competence, IQ or not, booty hole or not, and I'm gonna buy another house with this booty hole.
Privilege,
I'll give you an example, right?
Privilege is
Maybe
invisible to
2
those
more
that
houses
have
with
it.
the booty
What she
hole.
doesn't want to admit that she's female, investors went ahead and invested in her because she's a female.
No, it wasn't because I didn't even know. I wasn't even sexy or nothing yet. I
I'll
was
give
like
you an example.
not even looking like this and none of
I
that.
spent 2 years
Mhm.
I mean,
working
still.
overtime at my job.
I
to
feel
make enough-
so bad that you had to do so much more work than me. I know what you're getting
It's
at.
fine. Just to make enough money to buy a property.
Mhm.
I had an investor friend of mine that took me around, same networking events that you went to probably,
Mhm.
right? Met investors, realtors,
Mhm.
people that own property. And they said, yeah, this is my friend Walter. He's very inclined to get real estate, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't get opportunities like you got. I had to work my ass off and then I bought it, which is fine. But we're just saying easy mode is what you have. That's it.
Okay, but can I also say this? I've been working since I was 16, so not that money didn't just come out of thin air on my asshole. So y'all can say what y'all want, but y'all got stats, and I got stats, and I got receipts, and I got everything I need,
but
and everything.
We're not arguing that you don't work. We're just saying
I
easy
get
mode
that.
is what you have.
And that's
You would
fine.
not have been able to do certain things that you've been able to do if you were a male.
But
That's what
I
we're trying to
also
say.
but I also have male counterparts like brothers and cousins who got more doors than me, who's younger than me. So all that stuff you're
And they
saying.
had to work harder than you more than
But
likely.
can I
to
ask
get
you
the
a
same
they went to the
situation.
same banquets
Do you
that I went
guys
to.
think that if guys were given easy mode, that they would present themselves like strong, independent men, though?
That's
No,
not
I
argument.
don't think it was.
So-
It's a different
That's not what we're trying to say.
Hold on. But let's take her argument. I appreciate being on that wall. I appreciate the fact that I get to serve my country.
Right.
I appreciate the fact that in a room full of people, I'm the first person someone's going to look to pull a child out of a burning car. I do not shy away from that responsibility and obligation. I don't think any of the men here are complaining about the fact that you're living on easy mode because we built a world where you get to live on easy mode. The point is like what Myron says, people who have privilege don't recognize their privilege. It's invisible to you when you have it. That's the only thing that we're trying to bring up.
But
Does that
what
make sense?
about-
We're not victims because we get to work. I love the fact that I get to work. I love the fact that my family is never going to have to worry about medical bills or where they're going to live for
Beautiful.
the
I love
rest
that
of their
for you.
lives because I bust my ass. I love that. So we're not shying away from that.
I love that.
But the point is, going back to what he said before, like the thing is, he's using the word easy mode, which I think might be a triggering word for you. It's easier, is what he's saying, and you have certain advantages that we don't have. We're not complaining. And for what she said, you're absolutely right. That's what makes us harder. But there's a certain group of men that are inundated with pornography.
Yeah.
They're inundated with video games.
Yeah.
They're inundated with these other things where now their life becomes on easy mode.
Yeah.
And then they just
Yeah.
lose all motivation and they become overweight and then they end up going
And
through
that's
their
who
time
this.
out.
But that was something like how you were
that's who
saying
this
like Darwinism.
That's who this $39,000 a year person is.
Yes.
Like, and that's the thing. That's the real epidemic here. Because if you're not going to have if you're not going to have men who are working really hard, who are raising up society, then why would women have to hold
Well, there are
themselves
men
to
who
a high
work very
standard?
hard who also make $39,000 a year.
I I
there
agree.
are some
I
of
agree.
those. It's not a function of men working hard.
I'm
I
just
think-
using that as example.
for sure.
That
was basically
putting
my
in work
question.
and getting something out of it, not necessarily just monetarily, but putting in effort and getting something out.
I think you guys have an issue with me using the term easy mode, and I'm not going to take
don't
my
get
foot
it.
off the pedal with that. You guys do live life on easy mode because whatever endeavor you want to get into, whether it's sports, there's a female league for you, which is inferior to the male league. If you guys want to go ahead and get into the job market, there's affirmative action that will let you get into that job market, even though you might not be as qualified as a man. Whether we want to talk about dating or relationships, it's easy mode because you're able to go ahead and attract the opposite gender while bringing relatively nothing to the table. Women live life on
Not
easy mode in
relationships.
almost every single facet of human endeavor in 2023. And here's the thing. I'm not mad about it. I'm just acknowledging it. But if I acknowledge it, I'm considered an asshole, misogynist, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is we can't go on OnlyFans and make a bunch of money like a lot of you guys are with zero platform. Men have to be able to do something to provide some kind of value to be able to make money.
But
Women,
who
on the
said
other hand,
that's
hold
easy?
on. Women, on the other hand, can just monetize their sexuality fairly quickly if they're attractive enough. So what I'm saying is simply this. Women have more opportunities to do certain things that men will never get, and men must earn everything that they get. Women don't have to. They can choose to go ahead and earn if they want. Women want to become a doctor, become successful, she can. But she always has the ability to go ahead and find a rich man or get into sex work or whatever else that will make her money quick and easy.
What
Do you
about
think that
I
there's
agree.
any guys living on easy mode though?
Sure, yeah, they're born rich or
I
incredibly
am.
good looking.
I live on easy mode right fucking now.
Good.
But it's going to take a lifetime of work. So what I would tell my son is the brutal reality of the world. Life is going to be really fucking hard, really fucking unfair, and you better start competing right now real fast because everything you want in this world, you're going to have to take it. You're going to have to fucking take it, G. And so my kids are going to have a ruthless disadvantage over everybody else's sons because in the world where I have sons, I'm raising my sons against the bullshit you said you're going to tell your sons. My sons are going to be ruthless and they're going to own your sons. And that's why single women, they raise these boys and it kind of sets them up because if there's not a strong father in the house, the son is at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be ugly. It's going to be brutal. It's not going to be okay. You will suffer like a motherfucker if you don't get to work. You better compete and compete early and compete often. Every day you wake up, you're in competition. It's ruthless out there. It is nature.
No, that's legit.
I'm so glad I'm not a man.
That's so scary.
I'm so happy I'm a girl.
And I'm glad you said that. Because with that, with easy mode, you get once you build yourself up to get yourself in easy mode, you get to take care of a family. You get to have a wife and kids. You get to do these things. I don't think those broke motherfuckers should get to have kids at all. I don't feel bad for them. Get mad or play ball.
I agree.
You think I feel sorry for some fucking dude that's beating his dick to porn tonight? Hell no. Because I'm gonna fuck his sister. So I don't care. Right? But it's a brutal reality of the world.
Hey, yo, Chris. I wanted to say something to what you said.
It's a brutal reality of life.
Because
it's really important, and that's why Myron and Walt do this show. What they're doing and what they've been doing for the past 2 hours, hour and a half, is pointing out the reality of the world. I don't think that makes you ladies bad people at all. Your experience is going to be a little different, and it's also going to tie into some primal things that you actually want, like having children, right?
Yeah.
Having children is a very hard job.
Yeah.
Mothers, I don't think we respect mothers enough in
Not
society.
easy mode.
No, it's one of the it's a very physically, mentally, emotionally hard job. It really, really is. I respect mothers. I really do. And I think that if we could champion mothers a little bit more, maybe a lot more women could find themselves in a place where they could be a mother.
So there was
this guy.
There was another survey that came out that showed that 83% of women said that if they could, they would have preferred to be a stay-at-home mother.
I would say
83%.
Everybody on this panel
These are women who did not. They're not surveying women who are stay-at-home mothers.
Yep.
But in general,
women,
that they have a partner who is able to provide enough for them. This goes against what you were saying about we want women who make as much money as us, and they don't care about money. 83% of these women who were surveyed, and these women were not stay-at-home mothers. They said, if given the choice, would you have preferred to be a stay-at-home mother? 83% of them said yes. That's 1.5 standard deviations. That's pretty significant.
I want to say one thing though.
I want it.
Being a mother doesn't mean letting everybody get fucked. It means after you have the kid, are you actually doing motherly duties?
Can we ask that question right now? Because I want to see why they said no, they wouldn't want to be a stay-at-home mother. I want to know why they said that.
I have to get the whole thing.
83% they would rather be a stay-at-home mother, but they didn't have the ability to because their partner didn't make enough money for that to happen.
I think that's just the way the nature of women are. Like men, okay, y'all provide it, and the woman wants to be home nurturing. Yeah, like that's just the nature of it. Yin and yang. I even said this the last time I was on here. Like I feel like there is roles and everything. Like, I mean, I'm not going to take away from anything else other than the fact that it's like, you know, you guys Like as guys, y'all aren't able to breastfeed. Y'all aren't naturally adept at cooking and cleaning and things like that. That's why I said naturally adept. Some guys can.
Sure.
But, it's just the yin and yang. That's why 83% of the women is saying, yeah, I'd rather be home doing exactly what I'm built to do.
Yes.
I'm not even going to go that far. I'm just going to say that the stats are saying that 83% of women would rather stay at home than
and
be
do
in
what
the
they're
workforce.
supposed to do.
Now, the very
to
fact that I made that statement, some people are going to listen to this who are leftists or feminists, and they're going to be very angry. Like, man, that what you're doing is you're encouraging a certain level of like gender roles. And I'm like, I'm not encouraging anything. That's just
People
what the
said that.
That's
Yeah.
what the statistics say. As much as that angers you, that a lot of women would prefer to do that.
Why?
Or particularly a lot more women than currently are doing that. And we go back to the average man making $39,000 a year. At $39,000 a year, she can't stay at home and be a mother. And that's the reason why, that's part of the reason why that's happening. Going back to what Justin was saying, the very proof, the battlefield of men competing with other men is that bottom third of men having zero sex. It's those men making less than 39,000. That means if the average is 39, that means there's a lot of men making 22,000.
They couldn't have a housewife.
Correct. So that's my point. We have to compete with each other. And so what happens is we have this stratification where there's this small group of men at the top. 83% of right swipes on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge go to the top 20% of men. That's such an outrageous number when you think about that.
Yeah.
That means the bottom 80% of men are competing for 17% of the women.
Wow.
So it's incredibly inequitable. So what does that mean? That means that we have a situation where that men are competing with other men. And in doing so, there's a bunch of men at the bottom who are getting nothing, surplus men, right? And then we have a bunch of women who are specifically saying, I would prefer to have a husband who is able to provide for me so that I could stay at home. 83%, just so you understand, 68.27% is one standard deviation. 1.5 would be about 84%. So that's 1.5 standard deviations. That's incredibly statistically significant for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's a description. Myron and Fresh, they have an interpretation. I don't even want to do the interpretation. I just want to present the math just to show you that's what women are wanting and they're not getting it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's really sad. Oh my God. Like, that's really sad.
Is just simple. Women are lazy when it comes to resource creation. That's what it comes down to. And people can get mad at me, whatever.
What does that mean? Expand.
Okay.
Bro, that's crazy. I just want to respond to what you
Um,
said. That was
what I
really
was-
sad.
what I was
Before you
saying
said
was
that,
what,
go ahead. I don't.
What I was saying is that women are lazy when it comes to resource creation. What I mean by that is typically women aren't going to go out there and work more hours, work a harder manual labor job, etc., to the same degree that a man will, because a woman's value is not determined upon her status or income ability. It's determined on her beauty and her ability to secure a man. So in general, this is why men make more money than women. Men are more incentivized. We're more geared for going out there and creating excess resources because our ability to mate is contingent upon it. But a woman's burden of performance does not affect her ability to find a man. That's why women in general are lazy when it comes to resource creation.
That's really sad. Like, that makes me, I ain't gonna lie.
What other way are you going to put it if it's not lazy?
I would only say I disagree, but I know you're going to say like that's the
okay. So AKA they're lazier because they don't have to necessarily do it. If you look at any manual labor job, if you look at jobs that are more laborious, men dominate these fields. Why? Because men understand they have a greater incentive to go out there and perform.
Well, I'm not incentivized because my
What I
body
would
wouldn't be
say
able to do
is
it.
that I
it's not because
agree-
I'm lazy. It's because I'm not incentivized to do it.
I agree with
By
what he's
definition,
saying.
lazy.
He keeps
but I-
looking at me like, what are you gonna say?
I only disagree with what he's saying if you're dating a dude who literally is like expecting you to provide more than him. And I guess that would be like the wrong person to be with.
So the majority of divorces are caused because of financial problems.
Yeah.
And when I say financial problems, it's the financial problems of the men.
But
it's generally not because a woman makes too much money and the man makes too much money. It's generally because it's not when the woman loses her job, it's when a man loses her job, then divorce is initiated. Right? 70 or 80%.
Do you think it's wrong for a woman to
so
divorce a man though when
No,
the man is not making
again,
money?
you were asking for a prescription. I'm just giving you a description.
Right.
What I'm saying is, what the problem is when you say a woman wanting to take care of a man, those relationships on average don't work out well.
Yeah.
They end in divorce.
That would
So
be
that's
weird.
not a viable solution on average.
Right.
It would be weird.
This is so sad, and this is like I still have the same thing I want to say to you, and you finish your point, and it still made me sad. Oh my God! Like if I was on Tinder, I'm banned from Tinder, but if I was on Tinder, I would. What is it? Swipe right? The good thing.
Yeah.
I swipe right everybody. Oh my gosh!
You're
Everybody.
Yeah, that's not
No,
true.
I'm not.
That's not true at all.
What does that even mean?
What?
I'm so
Because some niggas Tinder bios be like, nah, bro.
I'm not even looking at the bio. I don't care if you're on Tinder, Android,
Well,
iPhone,
you're banned anyway,
Cricket.
so no one's getting anything.
I know, but that's so sad. And if I was there, I would just probably just make everybody just
1
get a
minute
heart.
you're irrational, now you're emotional, bro.
Anyway,
I'm just a
Have you
woman.
to bring this
We're
full
women.
circle,
Hi, nice
right?
to meet
The
you.
reason why,
I'm in my soft girl era.
because he said that 83% of women would prefer to be a stay-at-home mom, and
Yes.
the reason for that is because women typically don't want to go out into the workforce and work. Most of the time, they have to do it because one income from their man is not enough, so therefore they have to do it. However, what I've realized with most women is they want the ability to work electively. What do I mean by this? Okay, I could work from home.
Yeah.
I could work a side job, whatever. But in general,
Yeah.
women, if they could, would prefer not to work. However, men don't get that privilege. So that's what I mean when I say women are lazier than men on average when it comes to resource creation, making money, going out there, being successful. Are there women that will go ahead and do it? Absolutely. But in general, they're not. This is why men earn more money, because men understand that my brand of performance is going to dictate the caliber of woman I can attract. But a woman, on the other hand, no one cares if you make $100K per year or $10K per year. You can still get a guy if you're attractive. So what do women invest in more? Typically themselves. If I went around the table and asked you, would you rather be pretty and poor or rich and ugly? Most of y'all would say pretty and poor.
Of course.
Okay.
Wait, say that one more time.
If I went around the table and asked y'all, would you rather be pretty and poor or rich and ugly?
Don't even
Most of
say
y'all
that
would say
word.
pretty and poor.
Don't even say that you word. We don't like that.
But this
You ever heard that Britney Spears song Lucky? She's literally talking about she'd rather just not have it all and just have it all.
Because she had it all.
Because she had it all. She wanted it all. She didn't want it all.
Britney Spears is coming from a place of incredible privilege. Yes. Talking about, I don't want this stuff anymore. I'm like, Britney
It's
Spears.
simple.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Some girls would rather just be rich and ugly.
No,
they would
If I lined up 100 girls and asked
Britney would.
if I lined up 100 women and I said, would you rather be pretty and poor or ugly and rich? Most of the women would say pretty and poor because they could go ahead and land the guy that's attractive.
98%.
Now,
I agree with
now
that.
if I ask the men, would you rather be pretty and poor or ugly and rich? Most of those guys would say ugly and rich.
Yeah, of
So does
course.
not fucking prove my point that men's value derives from their status and income versus a woman's value comes from the way that she looks.
I can't wrap my head around it because I'm a
Holy
passport
fuck.
bro. I like girls.
Ladies, you can work
Initial
hard,
value.
get a career, be a boss, but that's cool.
I mean,
we're just saying when it comes to dating itself and finding a man, it's not important to us.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
I like that.
So
I'm okay.
Do you understand that? Because you had a
Can we
problem with
move to
that.
the
before.
next question?
I still stand with my point. I'm just being
I do
quiet
think
about
I
it.
do think
Not
I do
important
think a
to
high
me.
value man would want a woman who has wisdom and knowledge and
But-
has an ability to
What
have
they're trying to say is that does not matter. Like, you can be, yeah, it does not
They'll
matter.
do it
Like,
to
you
our
can
word. Maybe your definition of high value
No, it's
men.
not my
Maybe your
definition.
definition
No,
of
no,
high
no,
value
no, it
men
has
has
nothing
nothing
to
to do
do-
with
it
inherent
has nothing to
characteristics
do
of like
with my
strength and
definition.
providing and being
It
an
has nothing to
ultimate
do with that.
like good person, but that's how I define it. I think that man would want a woman who has head on her shoulders, is intelligent, knows how to have a conversation, because the ultimate reason that you two are coming together, I hope, is to have children and to carry on your lineage, and you want those children to be educated. And if a man's out at work, you'd want the woman to teach him your children, right? They're
Nah,
the ones who are going to be
schools
around your children the majority of the time if they're staying at home.
Schools
You'd want
teach.
them to be able to have a coherent conversation and be able to speak and be able to fill that child with knowledge.
You said the right word
What they
earlier.
are saying
You
is
said
that
the
it does not matter if they are smart or if they are dumb. Niggas are gonna fuck with her. It really does not matter. Like I'm not
Bro,
trying to
we're
say
talking
that
about
to me.
are we talking about just intercourse or a relationship leading to a family?
Relationship
doesn't
or
matter.
sex, it does
Intercourse
not
or
matter.
relationship, it doesn't
You guys
matter.
actually think that matters to niggas?
No,
It
matter.
doesn't.
No, I do, because I was actually in a relationship with somebody who was like, hey, I want to be with you for this. And I'm like, whoa.
That's a 1% out of 1,000.
But I think a lot of guys know, okay, I don't want to put my seed in this garden and grow that plant. If this,
Yes, never put your dick in crazy. Agreed. I agree with you.
Well, then
So-
never put your inside a woman.
I mean, but like,
Misogyny.
the pull-out game is just as easy as Nintendo nowadays. Like, guys know how not to knock a girl up. They know how not to shoot the club up and just, get out of there clean,
How do you guys do you think out of like the majority, though?
99%.
99% are thinking like that?
99% will do it to a crevice in your. They will put their dick in a pie. On a
Fuck
counter.
your armpits.
They don't care what hole. They will do it to a wall.
I think
that
that
dick can fit.
I think people
All
are
right.
watching too much
Okay, so
porn, thinking
let's-
that's the
let's-
reality.
Why did
But
you
no,
think
it's
these
true.
friends.
We'll come back.
Club
I'll read
and do
these
the same
friends.
thing.
Let's read the chat.
They'll go
Alright,
to
we'll
the
come
club
back.
and do the same thing.
Let's read
Okay.
these real quick. And from this point forward, because we got 20,000 watching, I'm read only Chris, 15 up, Mo. Okay, I'll read these real quick. What advantages is there being an older mother? They have less kids, which equals smaller, lonelier families, and consider the high-risk pregnancies plus health problems the kids are at risk for. LOL, old moms. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Jay Blue goes, W Fresh 2, space was full. Cool. Jay goes, yo, Myron, can you cover the Flores Twins case from Chicago Little Village, my city that snitched and got El Chapo indicted? They got his voice recorded and everything. I'll cover El Chapo, don't worry.
Damn.
Chop, chop.
We got here, Erlene goes, 25 years old from New York, lost my retail job due to bankrupt company. While I looked for another job, I decided to start the hiring process for U.S. Border Patrol agent. Believe it'll be a good fit for me. Thoughts, Myron? Yeah, just be prepared to go to Southwest Border. You're not going to get it somewhere up north. Michaka goes, I want to play a game with these bimbos. Ladies, never have I ever stalked the ex. If yes, she was prettier than you.
No, never.
No.
I don't get it. Wait.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, okay.
Dimitri goes, hey, Fresh, just sent over the edited vlog on Instagram. He got it. Had to clip it up, though, because the file was too large for Insta. So you should check it out later, okay?
Gotcha, bro. Thanks.
We got Grinch goes, my best friend has fallen for a 4 out of 10 29-year-old Polish bimbo who is controlling, and he doesn't see the boys anymore. As a result, I found out the girl slept in bed with the ex as well after the breakup. Well, he's got to learn on his own and get burned because a lot of guys are stupid.
No.
We got here. Kobe goes, question for the 304s. Let's say your man allows you to go on a girls' night with your single friends to the club. Another man invites you and your friends to the section. Are you going? Is this cheating?
No, we just need to sit down.
Cheating, just no.
Stop. I'll just make this very simple. Raise a hands because it just to make it visual. If you go to the club with your girlfriends and you go to a guy's section, do you consider that cheating? If it's yes, raise your hand.
I'm not going to club, so I'm not.
Okay, none of you think it's cheating.
If I like him, no.
No, wait, I'm not going to the club. No, it's cheating. If I were to go to the club, that guy came out and my guy would not like that. It's cheating.
It depends on the context of the relationship because most guys would probably actually be pretty insecure about that.
It
just really depends on the relationship.
Okay, so
no.
Let me just keep going here.
Yeah.
Nate 318 goes, shout to FNF Waller and Mike. I gotta head to bed right now. Be up at 2 a.m. to get work and make his money as a hazardous material truck driver.
Wow,
Let's
that's
have a great
cool.
show tonight. Shout
Good
out
job,
to you,
I swipe right on Tinder for you, Nate.
Hey, good job, Nate.
T3 goes, Trap Bunny Bubbles is her name. She gets paid to be a whore and gave up on her trash rap career.
Absolutely not true. She's got a lot of music coming out and she's amazing. She's a
Can we hear some
fire
bars,
artist.
Trap?
No, she that's when I threw up and
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to read that comment.
She's
She's like,
amazing.
This is the Three Musketeers on iTunes.
I mean, if they know
I got
her
3 bitches
in
on me
the
like
chat,
3 musketeers.
if they know her in the chat as like being a porn star, that means her music isn't popping like that. Then.
He only gave her.
Y'all don't even know what necessarily happened.
She blew up as a musical artist way before she had an OnlyFans.
Yeah, y'all never know what goes on with these writing deals that these people be getting.
I mean,
She make good
if
money.
she's
Y'all never know
a
she
music
gave
artist,
up on
so
her
why
rap
she do
career.
OnlyFans?
Her music was
Because it's
her
also
music.
Because
money.
it's an easy way to make money. But
Easy
no, her
mode.
music is good. I promise.
Easy mode. Let me
Because
the easy
it's
mode.
a business
Don't do it.
opportunity.
But
It's
can
out
you
there
admit
forever.
though, when you do two things like that, it will interfere with your career?
100%.
But why would you not do two when you can make money from
If I'm
both?
focused on being an artist, that's
Does
what
it
I'm
matter?
want to be known for, not a porn star.
Why does it matter?
There's a lot of
I think it's
successful
unfair to
artists
talk
that
about
are also
somebody that's
OnlyFans
not here
girls.
because she's not able to defend
Yeah,
herself
she's
and
not
talk about
here
what's
to-
going on. And she did tell some of us what's going on, and I would like to speak on that, but it's not my
I
business.
would argue that
I don't think it's fair to
being
speak on
a
that. She's not
successful
here.
musician and then transitioning into porn will hurt your ability.
I mean, that's the
to-
same way how niggas be coming up in music, like making music, and then they still be in the trap though.
It relates to the actual career.
Oh no, it's
being in the trap.
it's additionally stupid if that's what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
but they're both stupid then.
Next
Like if you're playing in the NBA and you're hanging out with trappers, like that's probably stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because a bunch of people.
I don't think it's fair that we talking about this girl when she's not even
when
here.
she not here.
No, I know.
That's
I'm
it,
just
that's it,
that's what the chat is saying, and they're saying they know her from her sex videos.
Yeah,
not
but
from
you
her
could have
music.
skipped that comment. We could have left that subject a long time ago. She's not here.
You're saying she gave up on her career. She's got music coming
I just
out
think
and
it's
she's
not
still
fair.
charting.
Yeah, because
Like,
she spoke on that before the show started, and like I want to defend her, but that's
It's
not
just-
my place to.
it's just an inaccurate
put her
comment is
business
all.
out there. Like y'all don't know what happened, and she's not here to defend herself. So I don't think that's fair at all. Like,
Yo, listen.
Someone was giving me info that the last record that came out really was what 2019. You said Hype was 2019.
But y'all don't know why her last record came out in 2019. Maybe she's being stopped from putting anything out this year or the year before.
She's got music coming out.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know
She
the
actually,
contract.
no, that's not true. She just put a song out with Coco Bliss
listen,
a couple months ago.
This guy paid $1.
You guys what the chat is saying.
This guy paid $1, and we have to
That's what I
respect.
said.
We have to respect his dollar.
Bro,
He paid $1.
He's getting a lot of airtime for that $1.
He paid $1.
At least get 20 and $50
here's
so
the
he
thing.
only paid
A
10.
lot of people in the
Let's
chat
keep
were saying that
going.
she's a porn star, blah, blah, blah. They didn't really say anything
But
about
again, she's not
the
here to
music.
defend herself. For how
Sorry,
weird is it to
Twitch.
talk about this girl when she's not here?
All right, Twitch.
I'm just telling you what the chat is saying,
keep
man. So
going.
it's, hey, it is what it is. But
I'm just saying we being weird now. The chat could be weird, but we don't got to be weird.
No,
Respect her.
you're being weird.
yeah, you're being weird.
I don't
You're
care if
right.
I'm weird, but I could be weird to defend somebody.
Can
Y'all
we
being weird
respect
to be
this man's
weird.
dollar,
Fresh
though?
is being
He paid
weird.
$1.
Bro, that's a weird
We have to
dollar.
read his shit.
Ladies.
He's just saying what the rest of the chat's been saying, that she's known for pornography, not really her music. But
She's definitely known way more for music. PP Cocaine, Trap Bunny Bubbles.
I don't know who any of those artists are.
That's the same person.
It's okay.
A motherfucker's like
okay.
PP cocaine.
Oh
Were you
no.
gonna
No, I was gonna say,
you
Nah,
might know.
y'all
I
can't
don't
listen
know.
to Trap
I'm
Bunny
just gonna say,
Bubbles.
like, I've
Yeah,
never heard
yeah.
before.
Sorry.
Yeah, I never
Time
heard.
here, Miami.
Then you haven't
Maybe she's
been on
known, but I
TikTok.
just don't know her.
She's known.
Hey, I don't want to hate on her.
I know Coco Bliss.
You just
The
watched
guy
that.
paid
Okay,
$1,
but I
the
don't know
guy
her.
paid
They
his
just
big
came out with a
bucks.
song, Milkshake.
This is
like
the best
like
dollar
very
you ever
recently.
paid, sir. Good
I mean,
job.
I'll put it this way: if I look at like all the top female artists right now, like none of them transition. Like all the top female artists, that even the rappers, the girls that talk about the most sluttiest shit, none of them transition to do porn on OnlyFans.
What about Ruby
Cardi,
Rose?
it's
She
a
does
lot of them,
OnlyFans.
yeah.
and she's
But
a
she
successful
really?
rapper.
Her career is dead, though.
She's not a successful rapper.
It's definitely not dead.
I don't even know who that is.
What song did she bring?
It didn't start.
What song is popping for her right now? What song?
She's literally an
I
actor.
mean,
Exactly.
Big Mouth is still
It
going.
didn't start.
Name me,
She's still
name me
going.
the top 3 songs that she ever did. Top 3. Go.
There you go.
No, silence.
I don't know who this
Silence.
person is.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
No fans on
like I said
OnlyFans.
before, success leaves clues. If I look at every top female rapper, Cardi B, and Megan Thee Stallion, blah blah, none of them are fucking on camera on OnlyFans, bro.
Cardi B
y'all
is
Cardi
on
B is on
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Cardi
She's
B
not,
is
she's
definitely
not having
fucking
sex
on
on
camera.
OnlyFans.
She's
If
not
you
fucking
pay
on camera.
enough and buy a custom video, that's what the button is for, bro.
Yo, hold on, time
You
out.
just don't know
Wait,
where
just
the
so we can
button's
go. Hold on,
at.
Chris, can we
She's
get the
not
camera
smashing
real
on
quick?
camera.
Hold on.
She's
You're
not smashing on
saying
camera.
that if someone paid Cardi B enough, she would have sex on her OnlyFans. Cardi
Everybody got a price, and Cardi was a hoe, so
B. No, I agree
everybody
with
got
Cardi
a
was
price.
a hoe, but like she doesn't have.
Hold on.
Everybody got a price.
Cardi can't defend herself. So
Yeah.
stop that.
I know.
Stop that. I don't like that.
I'll give you that, and I'll leave it alone.
Keep
But
that same energy.
Cardi put out on her own, so
Bruh.
she don't have to be here. She put this information out for me to read off.
You're missing the main point.
Well, she
The
did
bottom
too.
line is this: if you're a successful musician, you will not
Mostly.
regress and go into pornography because it'll limit your ability to become an even better musician. That's our point.
How would it limit your ability to become a music? I just want to know
'Cause
how. It's a
now-
question. I'm not
so now
saying
you're
I'm
seen
just
this way.
Look
I
at
just want to
all,
know.
look at all the
as
successful
a-
female
You can't
rappers.
respect it.
If you look at all the top female rappers, even the ones that talk about being hoes, etc.,
Yeah.
are any of them fucking on OnlyFans? The answer is no, because it impede
How do you
their
know
music.
that? Are you buying their content? How do you know?
think
They
we
got
would-
they charging for all this. How do you know they're not? This is
Well,
not
hey,
free.
listen, you
They're
can
not
just go to Reddit.
fucking on camera.
Yeah.
No, if I'm not on
You just
Reddit,
go to Reddit just like
nah,
Kanye does.
I'm not even on
Trap
Reddit.
Bunny's
You
not
can
fine.
just
Don't do this
find
on
it. You can
camera.
find
Reddit
it.
don't work like that.
If a girl is doing pornography after being a musician, there's a good chance or a likelihood that she's a failed musician. That's why she went to porn. That's just how it goes, man.
I'll go with your stats there from the
two are
CDC.
counterproductive.
Hold on.
The two are
CDC.
counterproductive to each other.
This is simple. Brand deals don't want that
the
touch to
fuck?
their name. It's simple. If I'm a label and you start doing porn, hey, you go do that, we're done with you. It's simple.
Yeah, you're independent. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like I
Bruv,
can't believe that
common
you can't
sense.
understand this concept that like being a porn star as a musician will
Pussy
absolutely hurt
pig,
your
my
ability to
booty
be a
hole
musician.
brown. That's a hit. She doing OnlyFans.
Who?
My pussy pig,
Sexy Red.
my booty
Sexy
hole
Red.
brown.
Where niggas,
She
I'm
all
looking
on
for the
TikTok.
hoes.
That's
Yeah,
the
this
biggest.
is the end.
All her songs.
Walt,
Yeah,
this
we
is,
at the end.
This is the end. This
We
is,
are in Revelation.
Can we get an NIV Bible in here and just start reading from Revelation?
I can bring it up. I actually
We
can
talked
bring it up for you.
The female artists that have actually stood the test of time and been popular for a significant amount of time. None of them
Did
are
you
fucking
see Mariah
OnlyFans.
Carey?
You
fuck
can't
those
say
dudes on
none
her
of them,
OnlyFans?
'cause
She
some
was
of them-
crazy,
I
bro.
just gave you examples.
Nicki
No,
Minaj
but
and
I just shot
Nicki
down one of
Minaj
those
and that
examples.
Minaj.
I'm
Did you
sure
guys see
that
that one?
Nicki Minaj would have had
Nicki Minaj with the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
Like None of these
No,
female
she
artists
wouldn't
are
have.
smashing on camera.
You're
Bro, you keep saying that, but
I
you're
never-
not buying the
Wayne,
content to
never-
say that. You don't
Drake,
have the
all my
stats.
life,
I
man,
don't have to
say.
buy the content to know
Bro,
that they're
it's
not
out
fucking on
there.
camera.
Bro, they are.
Okay.
It's out there.
Have you seen it then? Since you're so sure?
Maybe. I'm buying
You
content.
see Cardi
I
B
buy-
get smashed?
I buy content with a camera. I buy content.
Hey, who am
It's
I?
arguing to
Hey, guys,
argue,
who am
man.
I?
Yeah,
Like
literally.
you're just literally
No,
arguing
I'm
to
not.
argue.
I'm just saying, like, if I
don't
know,
know.
like,
I'm
I'm not
leaving the
gonna,
plug.
I'm not gonna
I'm
get
leaving
that
the
deep.
plug.
But it's like, yo, some of this
Like,
stuff, I'm like,
you're
it's
literally
out
just
there.
arguing to argue.
Nah, bro, it's out
Did
there.
you watch
You can't
that?
back
You
up your
didn't watch
statements or
that.
anything. Like
Bro,
That's for
it's
your
out
mind.
there.
Well,
You
shout
gotta
out to
buy
Lena
the
and
content.
Alex.
it's
Love
not
you
a
guys.
good look for any major artist to be doing
the fuck?
pornography.
Do you really love
I'm not
that?
saying it's a good look. But I'm also not saying that none of them are doing this. And it's enough of them doing. It's enough artists on OnlyFans. Like,
Name one major artist that's on OnlyFans
Bro.
fucking on camera. Name
Bro.
one. Name one.
That's
I just
female.
t-
Name one.
Tiger's definitely
Name
fucking
one.
on
If you're gonna
camera.
make
Is
a
he really?
ridiculous claim like that,
Yeah.
name one.
Cardi B, bro, she got content.
She's not fucking on camera.
Bro, you don't know that.
I know for a fact she is. She's not.
You asked her.
I know for a fact she's not fucking on camera.
I'm gonna ask you.
She's not.
Oh, have you seen anything?
Have you seen it?
Someone text
I'm
her.
a, look, somebody text
Someone
me.
get Cardi on the phone.
We gotta know.
So we're about to find out.
Yeah, man. She's not.
You better be
Bro,
careful.
She's
it's,
not.
it's out
She might
there.
throw a microphone
not.
at you.
Cardi, if you got it,
You're
send me the
literally
link.
making unfounded claims. She's not.
Bro, I honestly,
You're just.
no,
You're, and here's the thing. You're
she's
saying
making
that to
content.
rationalize your own life choices because you're on OnlyFans.
No. I'm on OnlyFans because I like making content. I'm an
Oh my
exhibitionist.
God.
Cardi B is on
Here we go.
OnlyFans
She
because
doesn't
it's
do any- She
bread.
doesn't do it, guy girl.
Okay.
Bro, she's not fucking on camera, man. Like you crazy.
Whatever.
You're literally like just lack common sense if you really think that. She has a family. She has a award-winning husband.
not good at
You think she gonna be fucking on camera?
And let's it.
Why not?
Let's it
She did it to get
like
that.
that. So,
Where in the
shit.
world are which
Citizen Snipe says, ladies, name 3 states and you can't repeat the same one. Also, show up to Fresh and Fit, best show on Rumble and YouTube. Okay, ladies, 3 states.
All right, I got it. Nevada, Nevada, and Nevada.
No, 3 states, please.
I got it.
You named the same one over.
No, yeah, it's 3 different states.
They didn't think I could do it, and I did.
All
You
right,
can't repeat. You see where it says
3
you can't
different
repeat the
states.
same
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I get it. I get it.
3 different states. Go ahead.
I
Nevada.
Nevada, Florida, and Ohio.
Okay.
Cool.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay, Washington, California, Nebraska.
Cool.
Okay.
Happy, sad. Oh wait, not that type of
Texas,
state. My
Florida,
bad.
New York.
What was that?
Did we do Florida already?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
We
did play.
Florida,
No. Texas.
California.
Okay. I think we did
Coach
California
California
already.
too.
I don't like this game, Montana.
Montana. Okay, Montana.
Vermont,
Mhm.
Alabama, Louisiana.
Okay.
Cool.
Is it Vermont a city?
does it have to be
Definitely not.
America?
I'm
or
sorry.
can
I'm
it
sorry.
be-
I'm sorry. I spoke. I'm sorry.
Does it have to be America or can it be anywhere?
This is the end.
No.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
is the
Australia.
end.
Well, you know what?
Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne.
No,
Yeah.
states in the
Oh,
United
states?
States.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know any.
That's fine. She's Australian.
I'm
It's fine.
Australian.
For you?
No one said Texas, right?
Yeah,
they
someone
did
said
say
Texas.
You got this.
Washington.
Someone said Washington.
This is that.
I tried to make it
Ohio?
easy for you.
So
sis.
someone said
Said
Ohio.
that. Yeah.
God, bro.
I mean, there's 2 of them.
Nevada.
Okay,
Someone
but
said
the
Ohio
guys
first.
that
Oh
are
my
doing
God,
it
Utah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, guys,
Utah.
we're at the end.
Okay,
Tomorrow?
Utah. Minnesota.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
One more.
Incredible.
You live here.
No, we already said that one.
Georgia.
No, someone said Georgia. No, they
No.
did not. They said
They did
Alabama.
not.
They said Alabama. No, yeah, go ahead.
Said
I'm
that.
gonna rep for my states. Gonna go North Dakota, South Dakota, and then we're going. A lot of seafood with Maryland.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey,
Me?
3 states. In
Three
America.
states where I'm
They've said a lot,
from,
bro.
or
Baby.
Oh, in America.
3 states in the
They've
United
said a
States.
lot, bro. So
what?
you have limited choices.
Wait, no.
And don't play with
Wait,
sis because
wait,
she
wait.
just got back in the chair. So, if
it
she
says
missed
name
some.
3 states. You can't repeat what they said.
So
So-
just do your best.
Well, I
and
don't know what they said.
Just do your
Show us
best, and we'll
about-
let you know.
We'll tell you.
Okay. If I don't know what they said,
No problem.
Nebraska, Idaho,
You are the hoe.
New Mexico.
Yeah, that's it. She did.
Hey.
No one knows.
I
Incredible.
think somebody said
We forgot
Nebraska.
Alaska
Hey,
and
we
Hawaii
didn't
too.
know that.
Nobody said
I think she said North Dakota,
So,
South
one
Dakota.
more.
I don't think she said.
Idaho. No. What is
Idaho,
it called?
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
said
said
that.
Idaho. That's
I
good.
said Idaho.
Go for a 5th one, sis.
Yeah, you are the hoe.
You got one more, bro. Go crazy.
Iowa?
Yeah.
She needed to be here.
Okay.
Look
I
at
wasn't
us.
even
We'll go back
here.
to the
That brain works.
rants. Citizen goes, oh, right. That one. Okay, Minor Fresh out here doing the Lord's work. Keep it up. Chris, you a bomb. Mo, killing it. King Fresh, when you coming out with a book, quit slacking.
Oh man, bro. You know what's crazy? I'm still writing my story. But I have a book on networking coming out soon, so that's almost done. All right.
Yeah, he started since
Are you
That's
on
what,
a Are you on a writing
Sean
schedule?
Nessie.
Huh?
Are you on a writing schedule?
You know what's funny? I was, but I stopped for my network. I want to focus on that. So
All right.
I'll be back on.
Decisive goes, I used to be a simp until I started watching your show, Fresh Fit. I guess you can call it Born Again Virgin, LMAO. Would it be possible to have one of the ladies call their male best friend live?
They took our phones.
Oh, you've done that to me before on here.
I could do it.
Yeah. I remember.
He failed.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Oh, and you
I
like
think-
entice
I
them?
could do it.
We don't even entice them. It's just that we don't think men and women can really be platonic friends
It's
outside
true.
of extraordinary
I
circumstances.
could do it.
Most of the guys that you guys have,
I actually
friends
have a
probably wanna
friend
sleep with you.
recently that I made a joke and he looked at me and said, I would not fuck you. You're too close to me.
Damn.
There's no way.
Well, he's saying that to your face,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if the right environment showed up and you were available,
I mean, you're
Paul would have
celibate,
it.
He's
so
gonna do
you're
it.
Come on,
celibate.
Christina. Come on, Christina.
Yeah.
That happened to me before.
Come
I was
on.
like,
It goes back to what I said before. Men and women don't have a lot of the same interests and life experiences that align. So if a guy is sitting there talking to you and he's saying we're friends, more than likely he wants to have sex with you.
So you guys think there's no nigga that's not attracted to
No.
your friend at all?
No, it's just
Unless you're
like
ugly.
1%.
No.
To
Very
you,
slim
yeah,
chance.
to you, yeah.
they all
you're
want to
ugly,
fuck, and
no.
as long as you keep
Only
acting
you.
like you don't know, the better.
You break your celibacy?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because
She said
I
she'd
mean-
break her. I found someone she'd break her celibacy
Wait,
for.
was
that
Okay.
your girlfriend?
Yeah, it is my girlfriend.
women don't really offer much utility to men, to be honest. And I know a lot of you guys don't like that me saying that, but it's the truth because we don't have the same life experiences.
But that one utility is big though that y'all really care about.
Yeah.
So that takes over every other utility in your
which
lives.
is gone when you're in the friend zone.
Yeah, but y'all
So
don't friend
therefore,
zone that
there's no
many
need.
girls.
But
So
that's my point. She friend zones you.
yeah, but we talking about guys here, what y'all looking at. But yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. Yeah, absolutely.
I think the only thing men have over women is y'all's like a lack of empathy. Men have so much less empathy than women do.
Oh, I think we
Really?
can bench press 200 pounds more than you also on average. I think that's probably a big advantage.
I'd argue it's all the way around. I think women don't have empathy for men. Men have to have empathy to understand. Here's the thing: men have to understand women to attract women. Women don't have to understand men to attract them.
Yeah.
Understand
that's by
empathy are two
definition.
different.
That's the definition of having empathy: is you have to understand how a female thinks together.
Women
I
have
feel like you need to
Women have
understand how
sympathy.
I
men
think
think.
a relationship's
Hold
can be
on.
a lot better when there's
Women-
empathy
women-
from
Who
both
has
parties.
sympathy?
Women have
empathy.
sympathy,
At
but
best.
very few of them actually have real empathy to the male experience.
Yeah.
I would argue most women don't give a fuck about the male experience, which is fine. But I don't think women are as empathetic as men to the other genders.
I think girls that watch this
Women feel way
podcast
more
are
than men do.
empathetic.
I never
I
thought
feel
I
like-
would agree with
Sure,
that.
they
but it's
feel,
so
but that
true.
doesn't make it them empathetic.
I believe
right?
that a woman.
Sympathy and empathy are not the same thing.
Yes.
I
Do
believe
you know what empathy
different.
is?
Empathy is ability to understand somebody else's opinions and feelings. Sympathy is
Well,
being
to understand
able
more
to
along their perspective
feel
from their
the same
experience.
as them.
And then sympathy is feeling sorry for them.
Empathy is emotion. It starts with EM.
I don't
Sympathy
believe that you
is
can
the
fuck with a
synergy,
guy
knowing how
without
to feel
understanding
another
him to a
person.
certain degree, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can attract the guy without understanding him.
But men have that. Men
Sex
have
is so
that
shallow, it
just
doesn't even
innately.
matter.
Like they literally are so heartless sometimes, and women aren't like that.
I don't
Women
think that
feel
men
so
are
much
heartless. I
stronger
think
than
men have been
Who
through
hurt
more
you?
than women, and they're
Who
acting
hurt you?
out.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
I think it's like a who hurt you situation. I think enough men have been hurt, and they just like, I'm not like. There's a reason why he wrote that book. Women
Yeah,
deserve less because
I-
they've experienced something terrible.
So I think you're
and they act out.
confused. You're conflating empathy with being nice. Like I'll give you a great example. Wes Watson. He has helped out so many people who've come out of prison. Right? Am I wrong? That's because of his empathy. And when he does so and they're fat, he tells them that they're fat fucks and he makes them not
There's
fat
lack of sympathy.
because he cares about them.
Yeah.
He's actually showing empathy, but you're confusing empathy with being nice.
It's like a drill sergeant.
Yeah, well, a drill sergeant, like again,
Drop down, give
those,
me 100.
dude, military training instructors care about their cadets.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why
They
they're
wanna get
so
them
good.
ready.
They want to
Yes.
get them ready.
Yeah.
They know by slacking on them, they're going to end up in a body bag, and they're going to have to write something. The
Yeah.
commanding officer is going to have to write something back to their family. Having
Slap.
empathy for their position, because those MTIs used to be trainees, they understand what those people are going through and they help them get through it. So I would argue that men who go to war for their country are feeling an incredible level of empathy for their countrymen,
Yeah.
but they're not nice about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the difference is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is,
Yo,
men
you put
men will like be around other men and talk to like 6 different girls and like hang up, talk to another one, hang up, talk to another one, give no fucks.
Who hurt
Women
you?
would never do that.
Everybody's
Because I just
definition of
understand,
empathy
guys.
is different, though. Like to some,
Yeah.
they see that.
But
as,
that's what
like,
I'm saying.
It's
is, like,
literally
us
Latin
as
basis,
women,
bro.
We
We
think
got the-
we're like on the same like emotionally like adept thing, and it's not true. Like women, we're more like we think men will have the same sympathy and stuff as us, and that's not the
You
case
do
at
realize
all.
that your
You're
example,
confusing.
hold on. You do realize that your example that you just gave, where the guy's talking to 6 different girls girls actually is a form of empathy, and I'll tell you why. A man, what did I say before, has to understand a woman to attract her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So by knowing that, he knows that his attention has got to be scarce to a degree, right? Because
Okay.
women like men that they don't necessarily have the full attention of. So that's why he's dividing that attention among 6 different women. So he has the, I guess, image that he's other women are after him and he doesn't have all the time to give you, because women want men that don't give them all their attention.
Is that why men have more than one woman? Or is it because
consider if it didn't make you attracted, why would any of you even be bringing it up?
No, I'm saying because I've seen
not
it.
attractive
I've
to me.
seen that happen with my cousins.
I consistently hear
Colombian
women
men.
complain about men having too many other, like, where are the guys that don't have all the hoes? You don't make that statement unless those are the men you're attracted to. Often, I'll give you another example. Often when I hear women say, I have a rule, I don't sleep with guys on the first date. What does that tell you she probably did previously?
She's probably done it on the
She's
first date.
probably
and she's
slept with
been
a guy
hurt.
on the first date. When a woman is consistently telling you, hey man, I just don't like it that this guy is so attractive or has all these other women, she doesn't complain about men she doesn't want to sleep with. She complains about men she does want to sleep with. If she didn't want to sleep with him, she wouldn't even bring him up at all, much less on a show with 20,000 live viewers. Do you understand my point?
Where is that 20,000? Because here it says like 200.
No, it's on Rumble. It's way more.
I'm like,
This is just
Where are the
streaming out.
short men? I'm complaining about all the short men. You're all so
Okay, I have a question.
convenient.
Then. Why do you guys like promote men to sleep with more women as much as they can? When it's like you guys are like, okay, like family dynamic and things like that, and like love and like be together forever and stuff like that. When the more people you sleep with, the less chance like you value that person, like the less effect it has on you, the less sensitive it makes you. Like, shouldn't it be the other way? Like, you should tell men don't sleep with.
I think
be
that has more of
selective.
an effect with women than it does with men, and that's a double standard. But
it's been proven, Mr. Facts.
no, it has been proven.
I think
There's
men
an Institute for Family Studies survey that came out that showed that as women have more sexual partners, they are less happy in a marriage, and as men have more sexual partners, it stays about the same.
I want to hear from Thor here. You just look like a Hemsworth brother. It's a compliment.
Mr. Stoic.
What would you like to know?
I mean, we're talking. I want to hear your just chime in. I guess. I mean, it doesn't have to be now. I guess maybe you didn't want to say anything on that one, but
Well, one thing I would tell you about the word empathy, if you go back to talking to sons, right? One of the first things I would teach my sons is that empathy is not going to matter. You should not expect empathy from anybody in your life, because nobody is going to come save you.
Yep.
Nobody is coming. So I think the best day of a young man's life is a day that he realizes that nobody is coming to save him.
I love that.
Men or women.
If he can get himself in a place of competence where he can get excited about the fact that nobody's coming, he'll not only be free, but he'll separate himself from the competition and win. And my sons will win. Empathy will not be a word in my house.
I love that.
What about your daughters? What do you think about them? What's your take? on
It's
that?
the same way.
Good.
It's the same way. It has to be the same way, because whatever you're.
She didn't ask you.
Oh my god.
Let her cook, bro. I like hearing her talk.
She
Let her
wanted to
cook.
hear his perspective.
He gonna perspect, but let her cook.
Who show are you on?
Oh shit. He hit you with
I
the same
mean-
line she hit y'all with.
But what does fresh and fit even mean? Who you're fresh and you're fit?
Stop.
Or you fresh and you fit? Who's fresh and fit?
Stupid. Oh my god.
I don't know.
Stupid.
So let me get this straight. You came on a podcast you don't even know about. You've been on here, what, like your second time now? And you still don't know?
Y'all asked me to come here. If I asked y'all to come to my house and y'all didn't know the painting on the wall, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, look, I invited you here. I gotta tell you about the painting.
But
I have to
you
introduce
still represent yourself while you're on the show. You understand that, right?
Yeah,
And also,
but I
everything you
just-
say here stays on the internet forever. And also, just to let you know, if you had a problem with anything you said previously, talking into a microphone is legal consent online. So the thing is, you should probably be more concerned with what you say on the show than he has to be concerned with what you say on the show. Does that make sense?
Why?
Why? Because it's a representation of you.
Incredible.
And your long-lasting
This can't
image.
be real, bro. Again, like what he said before, like I try to not be as mean as Myron, but the reality of the situation is privilege is invisible to people who have it. The fact that you don't even care about what you say on the show, I would have done, a little bit of research before you came on here.
Let me be honest. I did do the research.
Okay.
And some of the stuff I'm saying is kind of just the last time I was on here was kind of boring, bro. Like nobody really gave no input or anything. Like the way his show used to be, it was so interesting. He used to get so many more views when there was an antagonist and stuff like that. Like
Shut up,
now I
bitch.
feel like, bro, like there's not much of a discussion. There's nothing for him to bounce off of if you don't give him something to bounce off of. So I'm gonna be the ball. Bounce.
Damn.
That's all. So I apologize. I'm not disrespecting none of y'all, but at the end of the day, if that's the last image I can do is be,
you're a ball.
If the lasting image I can make is just bringing a little bit of,
I mean, if you're going to be an antagonist, then be an intelligent antagonist that actually, you know, argues the point being discussed versus just talking to talk. You've just been talking to talk, to be honest with you, and you've kind of made a moron of yourself. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, I think she asked him a question.
Yeah, about your daughters. What
About
would you
the
say to
daughters.
them?
She didn't ask for her opinion. She asked hers. And a part of the job of me as the host is to moderate it and make sure that questions get answered. So just don't forget where you're at. This is our show, not yours.
Correct.
All right. So you don't dictate anything here. And I want to make that extremely clear.
It was just questions. I was just asking questions. Like everything I asked was a
that's
question.
fine. But she asked him, not the other way around.
You're right. You're right.
Go ahead, Justin. You got it, bro.
The first thing I would do is explain to her how the world works and try to help her create competencies that gave her choice. But with the way the world is going right now, I would explain to her that the world is going to want her to be a bad bitch. And that might be, and as that's okay, if she has choice, I'm happy for her. Like, I'm okay with that. But to please just take a deep breath and not overlook the primal nature of wanting to be feminine, wanting to be a mother, wanting to, you know, be a part of a family unit. Now, to do that, she's going to have to find a very strong, competent man that can be a leader. And he's going to have to be so strong that he's going to be able to have to keep her in his frame. And most oftentimes, not a popular thing to say, but a dominant frame.
Yeah.
And if he can hold that frame as a strong leader, she will not want to leave it.
Yes.
And then I will teach her about the things that if she ever goes to feel like she wants to leave, I'll teach her the things that she'll be looking for if she's losing respect for him, et cetera,
Like
et cetera,
the red flags and
the red
stuff like that,
flags,
yeah.
and go over those things with her so she can navigate through that relationship and set herself up to find the highest level partner that she can as a man, which is completely different than what I would teach a young boy.
Yeah. Do you have kids right now?
But
wipe this man up.
What I would say is that for both boy and girl, teach them how the world works, male, female dynamic. This is how you're going to be evaluated. These are the feelings you're probably going to have. Okay. Here's the competencies to be successful, both different from a boy and a girl. And what I want to get you to have after you have those competencies is choice. I love you either way. Do what you want. I love you.
Do you have children?
No, that's why I asked, like, do you have kids already?
Working on 100.
All right.
You want children?
You said did you want to say something from before?
From one woman?
Did you say you want to say something? You?
10 wives.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
you were
right.
trying to
That's
say
a little
something
better.
before.
Nah, it's good.
I mean, you were
Whoever else can go.
you were eager to speak a second ago. I just want to make sure he spoke first because that's who was questions
Nah,
asked
he
to.
explained it. I'm good now.
What are the red flags that you would tell about a
Tell to your
girl?
daughter?
Like, yeah,
Hold
when
on,
it
hold on,
comes
no,
to
no,
guys.
hold on, real quick. You were really like enthusiastic about answering the question a second ago. He answered it. Now, do you have anything to add to it? I want to give you a chance to say something.
Thank you, but it's fine now. So thank you.
That proves my point that you didn't have anything to say at all. You just wanted to butt in and take over the conversation.
But is that always true
That
if
proves my
somebody
point.
doesn't have something to say?
And
It's
here's the
like,
thing. I knew that's what you were going to do. And I really wanted to prove a point that you just wanted to interrupt, even though the question wasn't fielded to you, to him. And you just wanted to get the attention on you. You didn't have anything productive to say. And when given the opportunity to say it, you don't got nothing to say.
Did you?
I'll call a spade a spade. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just, you have something to respond to that?
I feel like she was probably going to say something in line with what he was going to say, so she didn't need to elaborate on it because he did.
Spade?
Huh?
Are you gonna involve the other spade? I'm not saying you wrong or nothing. It's just like he's attacking me.
No, I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying you felt
Not
the need to interrupt
attacking-
him when he was answering something. So
Did I
I'm,
interrupt you?
you
Yeah, you
quite
did.
literally
Yeah.
did, yeah. So what I'm saying now is that now
Well,
that he
I'm
finished his
so-
piece, what were you going to say? But you didn't have anything to say because you just wanted to interrupt to hear the sound of your own voice, which is what I've been saying the whole night. A lot of y'all been making nonsensical comments that have nothing to do with the conversation just to hear yourself speak.
You got upset the last time and nobody even argued with you or nothing. So you're going to be just upset.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Upset about what?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. These guys making a lot of sense though, but I feel like a lot of stuff, and I get what you're saying, but I feel like you be just getting like a little irritated. And I get that because you probably got to do this all the time. You do
Yeah,
this all the
because you
time.
say stupid shit all the time.
You don't. This is your show. The way you say, "Oh, remember who show this is," but you log on and start the show every day.
No, right now I'm gonna see you in the talk for about 2 hours right now. The chat is saying you're stupid. Like, you've been saying stupid shit, and you said you've been saying stupid shit. So of course he's irritated because he has to be patient with you in order for the show to flow. So stop saying stupid shit, and the show will flow.
I'm just asking questions.
No, you're butting in every 5 seconds.
My apologies.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Next time if you want to talk, just wait your turn.
The red. Can I butt in real quick with the red flag thing?
Yeah.
Because I if I have a niece or female that I work with or whatever, and I want to give her some advice because about what's going on in her life. Women give this terrible advice that when a guy breaks up with them or ghosts them, it's because he couldn't handle you or he was intimidated. If you care about your female friends, stop fucking lying to them and saying he was intimidated. We're not intimidated. We have preference. I personally don't like pickles. Because I don't like pickles doesn't mean I'm intimidated by pickles. It's just a fucking preference that I have.
Yeah.
So what happens is if a man wants to marry you, do you know what he does? He asks you to marry him.
Yeah.
If a man wants to have sex
clear.
with you, he has sex with you. If a man wants to be in a relationship with you, guess what he does? He asks you to be in a relationship. All these games you guys play, that's in your head. Not for us. It's much simpler with us. So what I would tell a woman is pay attention to actions and not words, and don't pay attention to the words at all. And you're going to have a much clearer understanding of where your relationship is.
Yes.
Does that make sense? If he can, if he keeps calling you at, midnight, that means he doesn't respect you as a long-term partner. But you just pay attention. I was just thinking, if I was having this conversation with my daughter, I would say, we're only going to pay attention to his actions.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me the story again, remove all the words, and then tell me what happened.
Dang.
It makes way more simple. It makes way more sense because as men, we don't need to play those emotional games where we triple guess ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
When we want to ask you on a date, you know what we do?
Ask
we
him out.
ask you on a date.
Always.
When we don't want to date you anymore, do you know what we do? We don't date you anymore. We're not playing a game to create interest. We're just doing the thing that we want to do because we're men.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
It's very clear.
But what I'm saying is guys would not have sex with a girl or be in a relationship with a girl. Well, I'm lying. Some guys would be in a relationship with a girl that they first date they had sex with. That's why I'm like, I don't understand why you guys say playing games, because it's like, okay, say I hold out for 3 weeks. You feel me? And it's like, okay, and then you eventually decide to have sex with them. A dude would still see okay, you're a whore because you didn't wait long enough until I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, I don't think most guys are going to do. If you wait 3 weeks or 2 weeks, I don't think a guy's like, well,
they wouldn't wait around.
It was 18 days instead of 22 days. Therefore, she's a whore. Their perception of you is not really going to be about how many days you make them wait. Now, if we just met at Live and we start having sex in the car before we get home, then I might consider this woman might be a bit promiscuous. That's an extreme example, but I don't. This idea of you making guys wait specifically so that they don't think you're. You know what the thing is you could do is the rest of your life, how you present yourself on social media. That might be more indicative for us to tell whether or not you're lascivious, whether or not you're slutty.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like if you really love your daughter, you're going to coach her up on the things that high level men are looking for and where to navigate to not make those mistakes, like fucking in a car at Live. Like you have to talk your daughter through that. Hey, maybe you shouldn't put your titties on the internet. I know the other girls are doing it because it garners attention. I actually feel really bad for young girls right now because they if their attention is currency on Instagram, social media, the way they get it is skin. You have to navigate and coach your daughter through that, as well as the signals to look for in a man. One thing I would tell my daughter to look for is, does he invest in you at all? Does he invest in you? Not monetarily.
No.
Is he trying to build you up? Because a man, truly, one of his jobs is to, if he's going to have a queen, right? He's going to build her up to the point where she can sit at a table that she's never sat at before, and nobody knows the difference.
Love
right?
that.
If he's taking her on that ride, right? He's going to develop her to be what he needs her to be.
So I have a question, totally off the wall. Am I allowed to ask a question? I don't want to.
Yes.
So what if it's a situation, because you said the world is changing and you even said that a lot of stuff is messing up because of social media. What if it's like my I'm a man, my wife is, I want to get her more out there. She maybe has a business and she needs exposure, any kind of exposure.
There is no condition where a high level man is going to want to promote his wife to make money. I don't see it.
Okay.
Are you guys married?
Because if he's doing what he's supposed to do, no.
So what did
if
you?
he's doing what he's supposed to do, he doesn't need her to make money.
So what did you mean by the table that she would sit at and nobody knows the difference?
So he can take her on a yacht in Dubai and be able to have a conversation where she makes him look like a high level man.
Say less. I
You
just
see what I'm
wanted to
saying?
understand
Like,
what
so she
table.
can. So if everybody, so a lot of times men get judged off their woman.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
you have a young lady that you want to invest in, you teach her how to sit at that table with that sheikh or that
Mhm.
business guy,
Yeah.
or the person that you need her to do well with, so
Mhm.
she can make you look good at the table, not only for the man, but possibly create a bond with his girl so you can make money together.
But you
As
would
far
never
as
put her
having-
at that table to
Can
be
you
in a
let him
position to
finish?
make money. I'm just trying to ask like I'm trying to wrap my mind around the table. Like, go ahead and finish. I'll ask my
ask your
question. Okay. So you're saying you would never put her at a table that's a money making table, just a conversation table, like a representation of you table. You would
like,
never.
If I was talking to my daughter, I'd say
Mhm.
pay attention to the man that's trying to develop you to
Mhm.
take you places,
Mhm.
not monetarily take you places, but put you in a table in an important situation, because that's more of a bond,
Okay.
right?
Develop character, develop understanding of
Yeah, it's
situations.
not, it's not
Holding
about
yourself
money.
to a yeah,
Yeah,
holding
you
yourself
talked
to a
about building
standard.
competencies about an hour and a half ago, right?
Yeah.
Some of these competencies are things that women are not going to learn unless they learn it from a high level man. Like,
Yes.
hey, listen, when we sit at the table, the forks work like this.
Mhm.
Hey,
Well, my
put your
grandma taught
napkin
me
like
that.
this. When you go to
I went
leave
to
the table,
Chilean
act
school.
like this.
Yeah, my grandma told
You're
me that
building her up to be classy enough to be able to sit in that restaurant with that millionaire in Miami. Those are the little tips that you're telling her. It's an investment in the girl, not monetarily,
Mhm.
but actually in her ability to sit with you in a place when he
Mhm.
has, like, when he needs you, when he has to have you, right?
Mhm.
So that's
Would
what I
you
meant.
not be like scared she would just go find somebody like else once you teach her this stuff?
No, bro, not if you're a big G. No, fuck no. Replace me. No, seriously.
I dare you.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, like, I told a girl this one time, I'll never forget it. We were gonna break up, and I said, listen, I'm not even mad, because she was getting mad at me about something with some chicks. I said, you're gonna have a harder time replacing me than I have replacing you.
I hate when niggas say
Yeah,
that because it's true.
But she came
But
back to
yeah.
me a week later. She said it really upset me, but I do know it's true.
It's true.
So,
Sadly.
and that's why I would tell my sons, listen, bro, life isn't fair. Fuck empathy. Don't put your feelings involved. It's not going to be a fair fight. You need to get a massive advantage, ruthlessly get a massive advantage, and you'll win.
No,
Despite,
I agree. My
Yeah.
dad told me the same thing. And that's kind of why I do OnlyFans a little bit. Like, I do it because I
think
like it,
most
but at the
girls
same
do
time, it's like,
OnlyFans
it's an
because
advantage.
most girls would
You said
not.
you do OnlyFans because your dad?
No.
Chill.
I did not say that, Myron.
So what
Are you
saying?
taking notes?
'Cause-
I'm saying my dad instilled in me to win harder, to try to get the okay, life on easy mode. Fine, you're a woman, but I can do real estate,
Get that butthole
and I could
on
just
OnlyFans, honey.
I could just be doing good. Doing,
$3.99.
that's great, but I could just be
Bunch of
doing good on
sell.
real estate. But I'm doing that too, so I have a harder advantage. Kind of like he's trying to put in his kids. My dad put that in me, and maybe he didn't want me to.
Advantage.
What are you?
I'm saying I'm basically repeating what he said was my kids are gonna have more of an edge than these other kids out here because of what I'm instilling in them. And something he said is something that my dad told me. It's like, you know what? You get the other edge. And I'm not proud of it, or he might be not proud of it, but bro, like it's the same thing.
Okay. If I sat down with your dad in the room, I said, listen, your daughter's on OnlyFans right now. Are you proud of her? What would he say?
He's gonna say she's doing better than me right now, so I'm proud of her.
Can I just add what I was going to say? All I'm going to say is that I agree that like what you guys are saying, that you guys want somebody who's intellectual talking for you. I feel like a woman also wants that.
I
same
didn't say I'd
thing.
have a woman talk for me.
Or not even talk for you, but what I'm
Represent
saying
you.
is like
Mm-hmm.
when you're in a space and you do bring your woman around, you want her to be saying intelligent
Mhm.
things. What I'm saying is I feel like women also want the same thing.
It'd be better if
they're
she was
around
quiet.
her.
I mean, there's a reason why they say women are to be seen and not be heard. And then there's a Spanish saying that the girl that speaks the least is the most attractive. When you're in a meeting situation like that, right, with higher level men, whatever, you don't speak unless spoken to because, like
That's
I said
true.
before, no one cares about a woman's opinion. No one cares about a female's accomplishments. Y'all are not that special. There's a reason why
Misogyny.
Justin said it's
Not
going to be
true.
harder for you to
You're
replace
very
me
special.
than I replace you because women on the things that make a woman attractive are very common and easy to attain. Just beautiful. That's it.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to
I
be
think
beautiful.
I think
You're either born that way or you're not, or you
You're-
could just buy
you're
it.
no,
Same
you're not.
personality and sense
Your
of humor.
target
and-
But attractiveness
and a
comes
vibe
first.
that will
hurt you.
Attractiveness comes first, and it's a lot of women are moderately attractive and can get any guy.
But we're not kept through attractiveness.
And it doesn't make life easier. People
What do you
think,
mean by
oh,
it?
like pretty privilege.
Attractiveness
No.
comes first, but we're not kept through relationship just by attraction alone, just by our
Yes.
physical features alone.
Yeah, but the other things that you guys are talking about, like, oh, being competent and being interesting and wisdom and all that, that comes like far 5th, 6th, 7th place. That's like not as important.
Not as important, but if you, I understand. If you have it though, like enough to attract the man into your life, like in order to keep him and go on to the next level of relationship, which is what most women want. We don't just want to have sex and casually have sex everywhere all the time with everyone. That's what men value. Yeah. Women value relationship.
See, I love how you're just like bringing it back to what the female wants. I'm telling you the male perspective, and then women always bring it back to what women want. I'm just simply saying that in general, the quieter a girl is, a lot of the times, the better off. Like, men really don't give a shit about female opinions.
Women,
and the reason why it goes back to what I said before. Women live life on easy mode, and they have a very limited perspective on how the world really works.
Can I finish my statement?
Okay, no, because women have.
I use my notes.
Justin, go ahead. Yeah, I would just, to what you said, I think women are chosen based off of beauty, but they're kept through peace.
Yeah.
You have to be a man's peace.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Women have this whole thing that Myron says, and he's like said it so many times over, and it's so frustrating because they're like, oh, like women have no credibility. Women don't, doesn't matter what they say.
I never said that.
Women, yes, you have.
I never said they don't have
multiple times.
credibility.
You don't believe that women have important things to say, and everyone believes that. Low key, no one will listen to a woman speak unless she has like a name behind her, unless she has a credibility, a huge credibility behind
Which
her.
is earned.
She has to prove herself way more than any man does. He just talks, everyone will shut the fuck up. The second a woman like speaks, like she has
Because
to
he's
really,
accomplished
really,
more than
really,
all
really,
you girls
really,
at the
really
table.
work
That's why.
hard
There's a
for it.
difference. Look, hold on.
Just because he was a man, though.
Yeah, but he had to
Take
bust
away
his ass.
anyone knowing who he is.
Yeah, hold on. It's not just be a man. This is what I'm trying to say when I say privileges are visible to those that have it.
People will always listen to the man. Always.
Because men must become, women just are. The reason why women's opinions typically aren't respected by successful men is because most women aren't successful themselves, and they haven't went through the trials and tribulations that a man has been through.
But that's what I'm talking
the reason
about.
why.
We have to push harder than any man who already has that naturally innately.
Fantastic, but that's a minority of women that
But
actually
that's
push
not
harder.
easy.
Most
that's
don't.
not doesn't make life
Most
easy.
don't,
That's
though.
not easy life.
What do you mean?
You say women have it on easy mode. How
They
is
do.
how is that easy? How is having to push yourself to prove to be you're worth someone listening to? How does that make it easy?
Because as a man, you have to do the same exact thing. You have to prove why people should shut up and listen to you.
You don't though.
Okay, and you don't have your
it
looks to coast
naturally.
on. No. You think it's natural for a guy to be able to have good tonality, be able to speak properly, speak coherently, be able to command a room and say what's on his mind in a concise manner that everyone can understand? No, that's a skill set.
Well, I'm Latin, so yeah, like when you go into somewhere and you listen to literally anything, no one will listen to the women. It's very machista.
That's the way it should be. Because women say stupid shit. And
Pretty
throughout
much.
this podcast, a lot of you guys have said dumbass shit. And we've sat here and listened to it because because I'm just gonna fucking say it because no one wants to say it. There is no burden of performance on female competence, which is why women are allowed to say the stupid shit that a lot of y'all have said on this show. It's the truth. Because there is no burden of performance on y'all. And I'm not saying it to shit on women or whatever, but the reality is no one gives a fuck what y'all think because a lot of y'all haven't accomplished shit. Men must accomplish something. Women don't have to. If you're pretty enough, you'll be on a boat with a billionaire. I'm not going to get on that boat unless I become a billionaire and add value back. That's the reality. Women have pretty privilege. Fantastic. And I'm acknowledging it.
Pretty privilege is not a fucking thing.
I'm not
Really?
saying
You have it.
You have
pretty privilege. You have pretty privilege.
I got her.
All my life.
Hold on. Wait. Why how are you?
Wes hired me because I was the first person to respond to him.
No.
No, we're all
right
sure.
now.
You've never had a
We
guy
all
just
know why he
randomly
hired
pay
you.
for you for free. You've never had a guy pay for you for free for not like you never have that.
What? What do you mean?
Have you never had a guy pay for you?
Bruh,
for
don't
free
even
for
try. Don't even try, bruh.
Yeah,
Don't even
I
try,
don't
bruh.
drink. So
Just
doesn't
give-
Not
matter.
just drinks, bro. Anything.
Yeah, but like if you were
wait,
up,
wait,
when
wait,
you
wait.
live this
Diddy,
life,
don't even
try, bruh.
Have you ever had a guy just pay for you for free at all?
Bruh,
Yeah.
just
That is pretty privilege.
Yeah.
But then that comes with a lot of other things.
don't even
Yeah,
try.
no, nobody takes away from that.
But
Nobody
it's
takes away
stuff
from
in my
that.
drink
Sorry.
so many times
What
that
the
I
fuck?
can't drink anything.
Girl,
when I go out in public,
What the
people
fuck?
put so much shit in my drink
I know,
because
but
I'm
I'm
a
not
fucking
talking about
target.
drinks.
Oh my God, I'm so
I'm a
pretty. It's
target.
so many drinks.
No, literally, you're a target, and people assume so much stuff out of you. People assume you're a bitch. People assume you're
'Cause
dumb.
why?
People assume
'Cause
all
why?
this shit, and you have to go.
Hold on, look.
even push
The
yourself
fact that
even
you've been
harder.
able to say a bunch of stupid shit the past 30 seconds proves that pretty privilege, in fact, does exist. Like, you've literally said a bunch
I
of
didn't say
moronic
you were
things throughout this
stupid
entire
now.
podcast.
Literally.
Okay.
Okay?
I didn't say you were
I'm sorry, I'm
stupid.
laughing at
What?
Mo.
Name one
What?
moronic thing I've said.
everything.
I mean, pretty privilege does exist.
You just said pretty privilege
It's
doesn't
very
exist,
real.
and it comes with drinks that have
It's not a
pills in them.
privilege. It comes with its own shit. so
Listen,
it's
coming
not a
from the
privilege.
girl that all her
There's
friends beat
I
her to
don't
the dick.
disagree with what you said,
You know
but
what
you
I'm
can't
saying?
take away and say that
Disagree.
pretty privilege doesn't exist.
Incredible.
Yes,
Listen,
there's
just-
some pretty
just
privilege that
look at her
comes
IG,
with
that's all I
some
gotta say.
shit
Yeah.
behind
You-
it, but there is some pretty privilege that you just get because you're pretty.
Right, if
trying
you
to-
were ugly, could you live this life? No, you
No.
can't.
I mean,
Like,
All right, you were trying to say something?
For them.
No.
Me?
Yeah.
You always do that after the fact.
Into the mic,
What?
please.
After the fact. What?
Sorry,
Salute
after the
10
fact.
seconds ago.
Not you, like, but
so mean.
She
Pero hablo español completamente. So, si ustedes quieren decir que yo no soy latina, yo no sé cómo hablar en español, yo sé
you think I don't know
exactamente.
anything
So, no me
because
hables
you're
toda esa mierda que
Latina?
dicen.
Okay, don't do that because I know Spanish. I'm minor in Spanish, so don't do that. Okay?
She was reading the comments,
The
sis.
chat. I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah, what were you
I'm sorry.
saying? What were you trying to say then?
Okay, yeah, what I was saying was, I understand what you said. Please. But why are you laughing?
Listen, say
You're
that.
proving my point even more so.
Okay. Pretty privilege does exist, but either way, whatever you take it, it does exist no matter what. Just again,
No.
What else? Anything else you want to add to that?
Kaka, you're so precious.
She's so cute.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
What's up?
You're cute. What's up?
All right, so that passed. Literally, that past 30 seconds. That past 30 seconds just proved our point.
Shout out
you.
Florida. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. Follow me on SoundCloud. Shout out Florida. Share my music.
I mean,
Fuck everything else.
I think that past few seconds literally proved our point that pretty privilege does in fact exist.
I'll give it a
Exactly. Pretty privilege exists.
You've been slurring your words the whole show. You haven't been able to make a coherent sentence. You know what I mean?
I'll give it this. You are funny.
Yeah. I mean,
No, for real.
Yeah,
It
you are
doesn't
funny.
matter. It's fine.
We have some more
See,
chats.
doesn't matter. See?
Yeah, let's do some
I
chats.
love
Right.
it.
Thank you.
This is not.
Hopefully this will
Yo,
save you from
it's
your...
crazy, bro.
I'm so glad that I'm not a guy because
Oh my
it
gosh,
wouldn't
Kyla,
matter.
please!
This is your friend, by the way. Almighty YRC says, blondie to the right is a prime example of not knowing what men actually are attached to. I'll make it simple for you. Beauty, femininity, and submissiveness. Everything else drops massively.
They don't care, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's
Fresh is-
interesting.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Fresh is
Tia, Fresh, aka Man of God, respectfully asks you to come back to the crib with him after tacos, where he will bend you over and put the Lord
Yes,
Jesus Christ
Daddy.
inside you. We're feeling tingly.
Let's go. Hey, he got me tacos. He a king.
Get him
Just
fresh.
women,
Get him
yes.
fresh. That's my dog.
Tell him
Get him
slight
fresh.
work, no reaction.
Look at Fresh's face.
Slight
Get him
work,
fresh.
reaction.
as a man of God, that's not me.
Yes, sir. He's a man of God. Facts.
To Natalia's little sister next to Myron, as men, we say intelligence doesn't matter when looking for a wife, but you, my friend, are stupid. Imagine you finding a man who acted the way you do. Tragic. Do you have anything you want to say back to him?
I'm Catholic, so I don't know who he's talking about.
Where's
the relevance?
Who's Natalia?
What?
Incredible.
I don't know who's Natalia. I'm Catholic. I'm confused.
So is Major Raw Dog.
Women are not emotionally complex. That's just cap language for emotionally unstable and unregulated.
That means complex. That's
I don't
That
think
literally means
women aren't
complex.
really that complex. It's just that you
They're
guys
not-
are very
they're
emotionally
not-
erratic.
You guys are complex, emotional beings.
We are
Yes.
simple.
I think it's
Okay.
women that are that way.
But
that are
You just said
emotionally-
we not,
No. I'm saying you guys are the ones that are emotionally erratic.
but not complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Just erratic.
Men are
Okay,
so
okay,
complex.
That's right. The next
No, men are
question.
simple.
Okay, next
Yeah.
question.
Men are simple.
No one's
Please.
complex. It's all easy.
Once you understand social dynamics, it's pretty easy
Okay,
to figure it out.
next
Yeah.
question, please.
Can you shut up for 2 seconds?
She usually does.
Like, how many times do I gotta tell y'all, man? It's not your show. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Or if I dictate the cadence on you, I don't know why women come on and think that it's their shit. Next question. Next, blah, blah, blah. It's not your show. Shut the fuck up, man. Seriously, this shit pisses me off, man. It's like, yo, no fucking respect for the platform. Come on, thinking it's your shit. This is an opportunity for you. We got 20,000 people watching. It's your opportunity. It's not the other way around. Put some fucking respect on the platform. We busted our ass to build it up. Not gonna have some random bimbos come on and fucking try to demean our shit. If y'all don't like it, you can get the fuck off the panel. Are we clear? Especially with you two.
Y'all should
Are we
get a
clear?
button for that, like respect. But
Are we
yeah,
clear?
Respect.
Fucking ridiculous, man. Come on, make a moron of yourself and then, oh, next. Fuck out of here. All right, seriously, this may be the worst panel yet. Frank Castle, all except the Christian chick. The only one having an intelligent discussion. W.J. Wall for making Baltimore shut up out of pure respect. All right, fair enough. I think we're caught up on that. Go
Cool.
Fresh.
So we'll
we'll do last thoughts and wrap this thing up because guys, we're trying to, like I said, keep the shows more
Shorter.
on point. Yeah, more on point.
Okay, so thoughts on the show. Let's hear it.
Very heated, but
Oh,
I
she's
feel
here?
like I feel like there's a lot of nonsense that just we could have talked about this whole thing in 15 minutes. Like no points were actually really made. You know?
Okay. I think some points were made.
Like some, but it was a lot of just like
Chitter chatter.
yeah, like nonsense.
Who did it the most?
Stop blaming women.
I don't know. Like some of these points were just like really stupid and like it's common sense.
You could have spoke up some more though.
No, but I'm curious.
did,
Who in
but-
particular?
Well, I just think pretty privilege, like that's obviously a thing.
But who?
I don't really agree with that.
Fresh, she knows, man.
No, but who?
Should have told you.
You don't agree with
Why are you trying to make people call each other
Fresh, don't tell
out?
you.
I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm just saying.
Wait,
like,
so you
that's
said
my
you don't
opinion.
agree with pretty privilege, or you do agree with it? I'm
I
confused.
think it exists.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
So.
She don't want to say who, but it's okay.
Oh yeah.
We know.
Well, yeah,
What about you?
I thought tonight was great. I love the special guest. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be Andrew Tate when they said it's a special guest.
He's under house
That would have been
arrest.
incredibly special since he's
Is
under.
he out of
He's
jail?
under
Yeah, and then I was like, oh wait, he can't
Yeah.
come.
Yeah,
a long
that's
time
an
ago.
He can't make
incredibly
it.
astute observation.
A long
Yes.
time
You said you
ago.
did your research.
The first time I didn't do anything this time.
Yeah.
The first time I came on, I had to.
She didn't
That's
even
how I
know-
knew who y'all were because I looked up Andrew Tate and then I saw Fresh and Fit looking up Andrew Tate. And that's how I figured out what Fresh and Fit was. And then y'all asked me to come on. Then I came and I was like, oh,
Wait,
that's
so,
the thing.
But you
But
don't, you don't know who's fresh.
Yeah.
no, I didn't do that research. No, I'm
He's
sorry.
fresh. He's fit.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So
One is
Makes
Mo
sense.
is fresh.
Again, bro.
I don't see the fresh
I
hair,
mean,
but
does this not prove our
And I
concept
see-
that women
I
live
see
life
his
on
fit.
easy mode? Like literally, I think it proves even more. No,
but I work
competence,
hard
like-
on easy mode.
Y'all are both fresh, so it's so
Yeah,
confusing.
y'all
I mean-
both fresh. Y'all both fresh.
Like I said before, if a retard wins the Olympics, he's still a retard.
But he still won.
I would swipe right, she says.
You're gonna go to hell.
Everybody's a winner.
Sorry. We definitely got it.
All right.
Okay.
See, this
Everyone's
is why I
on
don't
her.
want daughters, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You're
Just
probably
saying.
gonna get them though.
I have a dog.
Crazy.
All right.
Someone tap me over on this side. They were trying to say something. No.
No,
She
I
was
was just
saying
saying
thank you.
Oh, okay.
I was saying you're
Okay.
fresh
What about you?
too.
I liked it. I thought it was a fun time. It's cool meeting people, but I learned that important.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah.
When men say something, it doesn't matter as much, but the action in a specific situation is what is important. I like
Wait,
that.
what?
What the fuck?
She's saying off of the example that he said for his daughter. Watch his actions, not what he says.
And by the way, listen to Wes because he'll tell you the same thing. You have an opportunity. Like, dude, if I was younger and I got to like apprentice with Wes Watson, I would take advantage of that opportunity for sure.
She won't.
Pretty privilege is my thing. I just want to ask questions, but I don't want to.
No, please.
No,
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 no.
no. It's
Go ahead.
I had a
Ask
great time. I was
Oh, wait, hold on. How long you been working for Wes?
Like a month.
That's why. Probably
A month. What? Why? What?
nothing. Okay, go ahead.
I had a great time. I was entertained by some of the arguments going back and forth. And takeaway that I had was I think you would actually make an incredible father. And it gave me a little perspective that there are some good men out there, because that was actually what he said was something that would give me some hope for the future generation if more children were raised that way.
Mhm.
And I also realized that I'm probably a little bit of an outlier from most women in the way that I think. And that's okay. But I
I might
prefer
be
to
able to
work.
get this girl out
and-
of celibacy.
Hey.
Thank you for coming. You're a lesbian though, right?
I'm bi.
Oh.
I just, it's hard to find men that I'm attracted to. So
It's impossible
Hold on.
for me to find men I'm attracted
Christina, I'm
to.
actually curious. Like, do you know if you met a guy, you would be like, I guess, for example, what's the qualities that would be in that guy you would say? Do you even know?
Texas.
I think that it would have to be
right next to
somebody
you.
I would even be willing to have lead me. And for the most part, I haven't seen great examples of men.
Jay Waller.
Have you flown any today?
Jay Waller.
Huh?
Have you flown any today?
I mean, yeah, these are great examples of men. Absolutely.
Do you be going DJ Hero on your shit?
Hell yeah, girl. At least once a day.
I think we have a challenge here, Waller.
Yes, sir.
I don't
They're
put bounty on women,
blushing.
bro.
Our special
I don't
guests are
put a bounty
blushing.
on them, bro.
It's beautiful.
What about you?
No, yeah, I didn't say much, but it was definitely entertaining. I had fun. Thank you for having me on the show. It was an honor.
Does your boyfriend watch the podcast?
Yeah, 100%. He manages Chess Bra, so he's his best friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh shit.
So he's the one who told me to come on here and just vibe out and.
Shout out to Chess Bra.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's
we had
a
him on the
very
show.
nice guy. He's in Vegas. We're going to Vegas soon on the 9th. He's going to have his competition, so we're very excited for that.
That's
Nice.
dope.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool.
I had fun. I just like coming on to hear other people's perspectives. Sometimes I try to like let it, change my perspective, but not too much because I like to stay to myself. But I like hearing guys' perspectives.
Translation: not learn anything. Fantastic.
That's not true at all. I definitely learn stuff every
What'd
time
you
I
learn?
come on here. I learn about the men's perspective, how you guys think. Like when I was saying my opinions.
That's
and
Vegas, fuck.
It's not Vegas, fuck.
Yeah. What specifically did you learn?
How are you gonna ask me what I learned and then be mad at my answer?
No,
Okay, then let me say what I learned.
It's two different people that are asking you questions.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't notice
What
because your
I'm
eyes have been
saying-
closed, but yeah.
It's not because my eyes have been closed. Like I said, I like coming on the show and hearing your guys'
How
perspective.
many of y'all drank before you came on or did drugs or something?
Y'all gave us a drink.
Y'all see how he asked me a question and not letting me finish?
Nobody.
Right?
Nobody drank or
Okay,
did
so back to
Myron.
my perspective of the show. I had fun, and I actually do take from the perspective of you guys on this podcast. Like, it's not that I'm just coming on here. Like, if that was the case, I wouldn't have came in the first place. Like, what? I would have just watched it from home.
What was the number one thing you learned then?
Yeah.
One thing I learned is when you guys were talking about like how to present myself to my son. Like,
Okay.
that's very important. Like how I present myself to him, how I should tell him about the world and how females work, Like, I mean, I definitely thought about that a lot before this podcast, but like I definitely am thinking more deeply into it. Like I need to like really sit down and like talk to them, tell them how the world works, how women work, like different stuff like that. I mean, you guys could take it as, oh, I didn't learn anything, but I'm glad you think that way. But to me, it's not that way.
Well, I can tell you do take up some points. You seem pretty genuine.
Yeah.
I just think the F buddy situation,
That's my man. I don't care.
No claimer, man.
That's my man. That's my man.
Okay. I think y'all just smashed me on claim you, but okay.
No, that's my man.
Okay.
It calls you at 1 a.m.
All
What about
right.
you?
I like being around men who have accomplished things. So thank you for your platform. I do appreciate being here. So thank you for inviting me. And then it was really great to hear different perspectives on, I like how you bring a lot of statistics to it because I kind of lean in emotionally and I like culturally, that's usually how I like to see things through. So statistics was interesting, but we're definitely aligned with a lot of things that you have to say. So thank you. And then Jay Wall, when you speak, it just like captivates the room. I love it. I really
No, I was just
really
laughing
like
because in
it.
the chat they called her Dennis Rodman.
I mean, ain't
No.
lying though.
Yo,
Stop.
all right.
Someone said nigga
Okay.
woman.
That was fucking funny.
Oh.
All right. Anything else you had?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
no.
sorry.
So you hold the room and captivate it, and then I also I just love hearing a man talk about how they would talk to their son because there's so much intensity that you brought to it, and obviously I'm a woman, I wouldn't speak to my son that way. So just seeing that disparity between how a man would speak in me, it was very interesting.
Okay.
So yeah,
Cool. And then what about you? This is your time to shine.
baby Kai.
I loved everyone being here, and that's really it. So
Okay.
thank you, everyone, for being here.
You're welcome.
Like, for real.
How much did you drink before the show?
It doesn't matter.
Because I know my chick's didn't give you that much alcohol.
No, I definitely drank way more at the club. I was just trying to be.
That's
Wait,
my point.
are you sober?
I'm like tipsy, but I'm not sober. I definitely drank more.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like I'm saying that my
That
the
makes
girls that work for me
sense.
didn't give you that much alcohol. Is what I'm trying to say.
That makes
I was
more
trying to be
sense.
nice to y'all.
What?
I'm nice to y'all.
I mean, I would argue not really, but that's fine. I mean, what I was trying to say is that you drank. So you drank before you came here.
It doesn't matter. I think you guys are very good people. And that's all I have to
Thanks,
say.
but you drank a lot before you came here, then.
No, not a lot.
Okay.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I think you should watch the show back, man. You were slurring your words back. You should watch that show back.
Cool.
Man.
Shout out to Detox, man.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. Born Ready Chris goes, Ninja, what? Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
Last but not least, cool. Sartain, Waller, where can they find you, bro?
Yeah.
Bros.
You guys, if you hit me up on Instagram, Michael Sartain, any place for you just look up Michael Sartain on TikTok or Twitter or any other place, I will give you guys access to my free school server. It's got a schedule for all the things that we're doing, including
link is below.
Yeah, the bikini competition I'm hosting on the 8th of September that I need you to come on Access Vegas on the 7th of September. Come over there with us. I'll give you guys a link to that. Also, if you guys want help with your Instagram, to fix your Instagram, we have a free course that we teach on the school server, as well as a book list and Instagram testimonial. So if you guys are looking for any of that, please hit me up on IG and I'll give you a link to the school server.
And it's free? How are you?
All of it's free, yeah.
How are you able to? That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Like free education.
Yeah, it's free. And then if guys want more, then there's another course they can take.
Michael Sartain.
All right. Justin?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Jay Waller, on Twitter.
Links are below, guys.
Waller7J. I also have a daily Telegram, Jay Waller Daily. There's a website, justinwinwaller.com. And of course, Instagram, JustinWinwaller7.
Boom.
Cool.
All right.
And all the links are below, guys. All the girls' Instagrams are below. Go ahead and send me a dick pic. I'm sure you guys would love to do that.
No,
send me a dick pic,
no.
We'll catch you guys on the next
You can send me a
episode on
scripture.